more games. No more games.
it easy.
Salute, 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 and welcome. Welcome back to the Black Ocean. Now swimming in the deep end with your host, the one and only Great Black Shark. Oh, yes, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you have an understanding of what this broadcast is going to be like tonight. Let me go ahead and give my opening disclaimer in case the visual aids did not help you out. For those who are in attendance over here, I am not going to be kind. I'm not going to mince any words. Many brothers and sisters have spoken this already, but I got some things to get off my chest. Oh, we're going to deal with Candace Owens and a great deal over here tonight. Oh, yes. I'm going to go ahead and tell you right now. Look, back to business. Let me go ahead and let somebody speak to you about how it can go, what we're finna do here. Let me go ahead and play this one more time for you. Let me let y'all hear this.
You don't want me to get mad, because I'll tie this bitch up. I will. I'll tear this bitch up from the plum to the rooter. You don't fuck with me. Get the fuck. What you doing? You better sit your motherfucking ass down.
Yeah, that's what we finna do. We finna tear Coon up over here tonight. Oh yes, we gonna have to do it, ladies and gentlemen. It's time. I'm gonna have to, because see, let me tell you something. I've heard all manner of foolishness. I've heard people sitting up here caping for this heifer, talking about because she says a few good things here or there. And then you even have the soft spine, low life, degenerate, maggot spine simps who are males, not men, talking about, well, she cute though. And I'm like, bruh, if you calling Candace, because a lot of people are calling her Candace. Now, I like that name. I think it's going to stick over here. If you calling Candace cute, let me tell you something. Even if she was, which she's not, I'm just going to say it. Don't care nothing about who gets offended at that. And it's not because she's a darker skinned woman. That bitch is ugly. Yes, I said bitch. I don't respect bitches, okay? There's a difference between ladies and bitches, and this is a bitch. Not just somebody you disagree with. I'm going to lay out my case for why I called this a bitch tonight, okay? How I feel about that creature, once you take the side of them folks, especially to the point where you defending an unjust murder of our people, oh, you belong to them. You a pet. I don't see you as a human being. Ain't no sister in the community over here. So I'm just letting you know, I'm finna light her ass up over here. Let me go ahead and let you know one more time here. In case you missed it at the beginning of the broadcast, this is what we're going to be on tonight.
No more games.
None at all. I'm not playing, okay? Because it's too much playing going on when it comes to these types of affairs over here. And somebody gonna have to have the balls to go ahead and shut that bullshit down, okay? Somebody gonna have to do it. If it falls upon me, then so be it. It is what it is, okay? Now, before we get started dealing with her, okay, because she's not the only one I'm gonna deal with here tonight, I'm gonna touch on something briefly, and I hate to beat a dead horse, but it appears I'm gonna have to circle back around to something else that's popped up in the news cycle. Everybody's heard about what happened to Dirty Diddy, okay, or his properties, rather. I made a tweet, and if you follow me on X, you probably saw the thread that I posted on that. I'm going to have to do another broadcast on that because, see, I'm seeing something that's starting to piss me off. And I've been seeing this for a while. Let me make something clear for all the short bus idiots out there. And really, I shouldn't have to cover this again, but I need to go ahead and make this clear. First of all, it's not, they trying to take a black man down. It ain't got a damn thing to do with that. I'm finna debunk all that bullshit with a simple point of logic, okay? Let me give you this for those with sense to go ahead and shut anybody down that tries to come at you with that. They trying to get a black man. First of all, before I make the point, if you know as a black person, okay, especially a black man, but as a black person, period, and a system of white supremacy that you've always got an enemy that's at you no matter what you do, how hard you work to succeed, then you should move a certain way. You should move like you have that knowledge. But see, you have too many Negroes, black men and women, that once they get a little bit of paper and they get to rubbing elbows with them folks, oh, they think they're different. They actually deceive themselves into thinking they can do what them folks do. You never can. History has proven this. So here's the point that I want to make to anybody that happens to waste your brain cells going back and forth with the idiots trying to defend old Diddy Bop, or as shout out to the good brother Philip Scott. I got to give him credit for the term. The diddler, he gave Philip Scott, man, brother Phil called him the diddler, like the Riddler of the Batman villain. Yeah, I'm going to go in on him. I'm going to go in on him in a future broadcast, but here's the point I want to make. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. Celebrities are some of the most vain people that you'll ever meet. And I'm going to prove to you why there has to be a lot of truth to the allegations against Diddy Bop, or the diddler, as brother Phil calls him. Don't you understand that celebrities with that type of money, if you come out and accuse them of something and it's not true, they will be quick to hit your ass with the trifecta: libel, slander, and defamation of character. Now, here's the part for the short bus people that's trying to defend Diddy Bop, okay, or the diddler. You notice when Cassie came out and said what she said, and I've already covered that she's not innocent either. Nobody spends 10 plus years with that type of money being abused. She was a willing participant. Things didn't go her way. She decided to out him. So I want to get that clear off the bat. But here's the thing. Don't you notice when she came out with all of that, he didn't countersue? Has anybody ever stopped to think about that? Think about it now. If you know that you're innocent, because I'm going to tell you right now, if somebody comes out and accuses me of something that I didn't do, oh, I'm taking that to trial. I'm taking it to trial, and after I beat that and disprove it, I'm going to drop bags to legally ruin your damn life. You hear me? See, that's the part a lot of people ain't thinking about. See, the truth is always simple. So when you quick to go ahead and pay out, and then see, let's go ahead and break it down. When he paid out, all of the rest of the alleged victims came out like, oh, yeah. And some were just straight up lying. We're going to put that in there too. But once you give one of them some bread, the rest of them like, I got to get my bag too, Diddy Bop, even if it was consensual. My point again, let me say it one more time. Anytime that you see a celebrity that's been accused of something and they don't immediately fight back legally with defamation, slander, libel, listen, man, they know that if they go to trial, let me clear up why. They don't do that because they know, okay, the stuff that Cassie turned over to the feds, you see they acted on that intel. He knew that if they would have took something to trial, that would have exposed things they'd rather not have come out. So unfortunately, due to the degenerate society that we're in, men and women can easily be bought off. They choose to pay people out to say, okay, look, let's not take this to trial. I got some weird shit. You got proof of it. Hey, come on, let me slide you a bag and just keep all this out the public eye. Don't worry, go. I'm going to deal with that clown in the upcoming broadcast. I certainly am. So I just wanted to get that out the way. Without further ado, let me mind my manners and greet my esteemed guests that I see join us in the chat room. Let me scroll up, make sure I don't miss anyone. I see the brother Seven Scales in the building. I see Patricia Slade in here, a little country lamb, the good sister V. Mosby. Patricia Jenkins is joining us. Donna C. Only Pamela's Way. I see, let me go down here. Charlie X in the building. Diesel Mike. AK Sour Guy. Brooklyn Queen 125. Stun Z is in the building. Kevin Blackwell. I see the good brother Dad Miller TV. Hey, man, I don't get in trouble, man, if you need that job. You know what I'm saying? You know, if your boss is white, man, he might not like some of the stuff I'm going to have to say over here tonight. Because, you know, he might be a fan of Diddy Bop or the Diddler, as we're going to call him. I see Tuesday Woke in the building. Charles Gibson is over here. Leroy Brown is joining us. My good brother Black Vulture Reloaded in the house. Let's see, Derek Parker, Blue J 3000. I see the good sister Mrs. L. Salute to you and your husband, family. Blessings to your household. I see the good brother Mongo Slade in here. My brother Project Leroy. Let's see, scrolling down. My Lieutenant Tail Chan is in. Welcome, sister. I see Mega Old School in the building. Let's see, go down. I see Tony's in here. All right, making sure I don't miss anybody. Tia to you is joining us. I see Andre Mobley Sr. Buzzer Cam H1 is in here. Black Jesus SP is in here. Let's see, going down, making sure I don't miss anybody. I see Cole Peace. 77 in here. Claude Nobles is joining us. James is in the building. Still Kevin Trees. Oh, you going to love this one tonight, Brother Kevin. I'm not cutting any corners. Salute to the elder. Barbara Son live in here. Very wise man. Let me tell you something. If you're not subscribed to that elder's channel, and elder, I know you're a very humble brother, but I got to give you flowers when I see you. Please do subscribe to that elder's channel. He gives you a lot of quick wisdom. He says a lot more than most people that sit up here 2-3 hours in 3 to 5 minutes. Okay. Quick, short form content, a lot of good knowledge in there. Don't take my word for it. Go subscribe for yourself and put my words to the test. I see the brother D. Foster joining us and Shy Citizen. Salute and welcome to everyone that's joining us in attendance here tonight. Thank you to the good sister AH for the cash out. People already showing love. So with that said, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go ahead and get started tackling a lot of issues here because, see, I got a lot I got to go in on. We're going to get to Candace, but there's something else I got to go ahead and deal with here because it's done got to the point now where I'm going to have to say something about it because I see what's being done to our people and I see how they're making these degenerates useful idiots, okay? And I got to go in on them. A lot of people don't like it when you do that, but I'm going to lay out my case here. So let me go ahead and get straight to it. Oh, yeah. Because, see, when you see this, I'm going to show you this visual right here before we get started. Think of this as the collective system of white supremacy, okay? That's exactly what a good visual for it, all right? And this collective system of white supremacy, in the image of a serpent, is using and picking the lowest common denominator amongst us, degenerates in our society, to use and weaponize against us across the board in many different areas. And unfortunately, and giving credit to our Grandmaster Teacher, Professor Black Truth, a lot of our society is oversampled in entertainment. Yes, we understand why. Due to our circumstances here, we've been the most harmed and mistreated. So a lot of people just want to escape from the reality of certain things and try to enjoy your lives. Now, entertainment has a place, but I must tend to agree with Professor Black Truth. Oversampling entertainment leaves you in a stagnant state where you don't seek to challenge the system and change things so that you don't have to cope with it and cope with injustice rather, and you can actually live in a society where justice is the norm instead of something that's denied to us, okay? So that's my stance on that. Now, we go ahead and get on her. Yeah, I got to do it. We finna turn these sacred cows into hamburgers, okay? Oh, we finna turn these sacred cows into hamburgers over here tonight. I know you've seen it by now. Let me know if you can hear me loud and clear in the chat room, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know if you can hear me loud and clear. In fact, the business, let me check myself because they're going to mess with this one tonight. Just go ahead and expect it. Let me check here. Okay. Seen it by now. Let me know if you can. All right, I can hear myself on my end. You let me know if you can hear me on your end. And if not, we will get that adjusted. So now, the screen here, one of the representatives of that white serpent that I just showed you, old Jim Crow Joe himself, and none other than Thotimus Prime, okay, Glorilla, or as I call her, Slowrilla. Let me explain something before I go in, and it's not just her. I'm using her as a metaphor for that archetype that they've selected to weaponize against us. You know, the hood rat class, the Glorillas, the sexy reds, the Sukihanas, etc., etc. You see, just when you thought Cardi B and Nicki Minaj and Megan Thee Stallion was it, they were like, oh, no. We got to give you the advanced model, okay? We got to upgrade. We got to get women that have fallen so low below the royal honorable title of what woman is that they will pay them to get on a public platform and talk about the venereal diseases they've had, coming out with lipstick named after venereal diseases. You know, you've seen Sexy Red do it and all the other degeneracy that the rest of them have done. Let me tell you something. In case anybody thinks that, oh, he hate women. No, I don't. The devil is a lie. I love our sisters in the community. Let me explain to you why I'm finna go in on this archetype here. Not just one person. I'm talking about this whole archetype that they've weaponized against us. Let me explain something to you. Our women are supposed to be the face of our community, okay? They're supposed to be the face of our community, okay? Because, yeah, I'm going to go here with this because I got a point to prove. But before I play it, Let me make this clear. Our women are supposed to be the representative and the face of our community. I'll even go as far as to say that any group's women, if you're going to say, okay, what's a representation of your people, you would think that, and maybe brothers, you can let me know if you agree or disagree with this. You would think that you would like to point to two things. If not your children, which are the future, you would like to point to the women because they're supposed to represent the moral compass, the soul, the spirit, and the compass of your collective group of people. Okay? You would think about it. Think about the respect and the honor and the love that any of you have had for your grandmothers, okay? Because see, I have to lay this out this way because a lot of people, he just finna bash the women. No. I make a distinction between a turbo thought and a woman. They are not the same. You can't see. I know today we live in a society where they want to blur the lines between thoughts and upstanding ladies. No, the two are not the same. And I'm going to prove that. Because see, think about it, fellas. Sound off on this and tell me if I'm a liar on this. All of us as men are quicker to help ladies. When I say ladies, I'm talking about women that are in their right place, okay, not trying to run up and start things, not running around out here disrespecting themselves, trying to start things with other people. All of us are quick to help people like that. It don't have nothing to do with how fine or attractive she can be, slim and the specs for the average man as far as attractiveness, or she can be an overweight sister that carries herself with some respect. We're quick to help ladies. We don't help thoughts, okay? You're not entitled to our help if you run around out here disrespecting yourself and our people. So that's the context that I'm coming at it from. I told you, I'm not going to play no games over here tonight. I'm finna make a lot of people mad. It is what it is. We are accustomed to that on this channel. Now, like I said, our women are supposed to be representatives for the face of our community. You know what I'm saying? Think about it. The reverence and respect that you have for your grandmothers and your elders, that means something. See, I want the women, especially the younger ones that are listening to me, to understand what I'm about to say to you. What makes a man get up and get ready to put his life on the line to defend you, it ain't got nothing to do with your ass or how nasty you talk or over-sexualized you try to be or ratchet you try to be. No, it's the complete opposite. All of us in here that are worth a damn will be quick to defend women that we know or don't know, that if they were set upon or in danger, and we like, okay, that sister don't bother nobody. No, man. Think about it. Like I said, I'm going to go back to your grandmother again. Think about if somebody try to lay hands on your grandma. Now, see, I'm going to tell you right now, that was the one time, that would be the one time that I would waive my rule of not putting my hands on the women. I don't care who you are. All of mine are gone, rest their souls. I miss them dearly. But when they were alive, nobody in my family played the radio about our grandparents. No, the men or the women, okay? We didn't play the radio about that. You want to get yourself fucked up? Approach grandparents and let one of us be standing around and see what happened to you. Oh, that's going to be fun. You ain't going to like it, but we going to enjoy it, okay? Plenty of straightening would get done with that. So my point that I'm making to the ladies today, your image and how you project yourself is going to determine a lot about how men choose to defend you or not defend you. You will be left upon on your own to your own devices. Salute to my first sergeant, some chick named Star for the cash out. Thank you very much. You will be left to your own devices if you choose to carry yourself that way, because unfortunately, you will have proven that you're not worth defending. And let me tell you something. That's not just amongst Black men in society. Unfortunately, the dominant society will see that, okay, if your own men are not going to protect you, then it's open season on you. So it's not a cute thing when you see the glorrillas up here acting the way they act and being weaponized against us. Now, let me make this clear. Yes, I acknowledge the system of white supremacy for putting us in a deprived and destitute state. And you got a lot of people out there with the lights of a glorilla. And I got to fault her parents for allowing her to come up the way she did. Okay, I'm going to be as polite as I can on certain things, but other things I'm not going to be polite on. I understand you got to make a living. But this right here ain't it. It's not it. This woman and those like her, not just her, are about as sharp as a box of rocks. So now you have to devolve to the lowest common denominator to make a bag. And at the end of the day, after you do this, and you get done, or the industry gets done with you, because believe it or not, All of them, their time is very limited. They don't have any real talent other than being ratchet and vulgar. And the industry is going to kick them to the curb once they're done with them and replace them with something even worse. That's the sad truth about it. And at the end of the day, because a lot of them are going to squander their money, okay, they're not very astute as far as taking care of money with business, then you'll have ruined your reputation. The one thing that you do not ruin for no amount of money in this world, my parents taught me that early. My great-grandparents and grandparents taught me that early. Okay? You don't risk your reputation for no damn body. You protect that with your life. You protect that just like you would protect your vital organs or anything. You armor your reputation because once that's damaged, that's you're done. Okay? So I got to go there with it. The Democrats in particular, and I'm not going to say the Republicans won't do it because they're not above it, but primarily we see the Democrats running around and picking the trash from amongst us, and I got to call it what it is, to weaponize. So I'm going to play this clip, and then I'm going to further make my case here. I want y'all to listen to this.
Yeah, Joe.
Yeah, well, not Joe, but yeah, you.
Yeah, Glow. You the president, so we gonna say yeah, Joe. Yeah, Joe.
Yeah, well, not Joe, but yeah, you.
Yeah, Glow. You the president, so we gonna say yeah, Joe.
Of an artist.
So now, I'm going to pause it right there. Salute to Mrs. L for the cash out. Thank you very much, good sister. Let me make a point, family. Let me make a point. Yeah, Joe. See, I want you to understand how white supremacy is mocking us by picking the degenerates like that don't represent any type of intelligence. Look, let me tell you something. I don't respect any type of democratic chivalry, but if you're not going to talk to people or if you just want to pick black women, because I'm going to thread this needle, if you're not going to talk to intelligent sisters that can articulate things, at least choose a respectable sister like an Angela Bassett to talk to. You ever notice why they're not going to present themselves before them? Okay, because I'm pretty sure if they came at them the right way, they could get them to do it. But see, it's for a reason. No, they're not finna go to anybody respectable because see, what they're trying to do is galvanize the unintelligent degenerates amongst us and get them on their side. See, they're trying to appeal to that class, that segment of our society that wants to live off of damn social programs for the rest of their damn life instead of be self-sufficient and actually get funding for businesses so you can create your own job, put foot to pavement so we can get these reparations, get this anti-black hate crime bill. They're going after them because, see, unfortunately, and like I said, it's not just Glorilla or Slowrilla. Those like her are perpetual arrested development, 13th grade minded children. They're going to stay that way. It doesn't matter how much money you give a male or female because their counterpart will be a blue face. So don't think I'm just picking on the women. Let me show you something else. Right? Because I want to show you how white supremacy insults us, all right? See this picture right here? And I'm going to show you this before I play this next clip here. Let me enhance this. I want you to see this because, see, I need to make sure that y'all understand exactly why I'm saying what I'm saying, okay? Now, fact of business, you know what? Let me make this just a little bit bigger because I want you to see this, okay? Now, this is a picture of Slowrilla in the White House there. And as you can see, hey, she's dressed nice and elegant. Okay, very elegantly. This is the best dress I've ever seen her. Got the smile, sitting there with a glass of wine or champagne in her hand. Hair is done. Let me tell you why this isn't cool, all right? You probably like, damn, G-Biz, why you saying there's a problem with this? See, let me take it on back to the days of chattel slavery. You'll know this to be true. I want you to follow me. On the plantations, they would give slaves names like Queen and Caesar. And if you know anything about the name Caesar, it means king. Now, they did this as a mockery because, hey, if you were a slave on a plantation, you were the furthest thing from a king or a queen. They did it to mock you. What you're looking at right here is mockery. Basically, and I got to go here because I want y'all to understand me. This is putting lipstick on a pig. They're basically saying, see, I've taken your trash and cleaned it up, and I'm going to make it the face and representative of you. Ha ha, black community. That's what they're using her for. And she's too stupid to realize that. Her and the rest of her kind. Not just her. I want to make sure I keep saying that. It's up to us to let them know, listen, no. You want to go do your little turbo thought ratchetry, go over there and do that. But you don't ever present yourself with your current state of mind as the representative for our people. We're going to have to get stomped down hostile about that, family. We don't have time to play these kinds of games. No, she cannot be a representative for our people. I don't give a damn how she cleaned herself up. She's a damn idiot. And I'm talking about her male counterparts like the blue faces too. No, we have critical decisions that are on the line. And if anybody's going to be a representative and speak to us before these people on any type of issue, it needs to be our most educated and well-informed, the Dr. Clark Andersons, okay? If you're going to speak to somebody, go get the elder, Shahrazad Ali, all right? Sit down and talk with people that are capable of educating you on exactly what the black community's needs are. Now, we all know the Democrats are not concerned with our needs, so I get it, all right? But I just want you to understand that why they had her up here looking like this. This is not anything cool. It's an insult, okay? White supremacy, one of the most sick things it does is play jokes and try to disguise it as if, okay, it's something else. And unfortunately, a lot of our people tend to fall for that, all right? So now I'm going to play something. It's going to be harsh, but I got to go here. I'm going to play something, and it's going to further correlate with what I just said. I want y'all to listen to this, right? Because, see, somebody got to come out and stop playing and beating around the bush and say this, and I get it. It may sound cruel, but I'm going to tell you something, man. In the real world, everything is not sugar-coated. Everything isn't presented nicely. Because let me say this to you before I play this. The opposition that we're up against white supremacy and white supremacy adjacent buffer classes, when it's time for them to get together and organize their business, especially when it comes to harming us, they're not sugarcoating nothing. See, you can't find in any of those white supremacist, representatives, okay, I don't care what their religious background is or whatever, or the white supremacist adjacent wannabes, okay, we all know who they are, the buffer class groups. You can't find in their group any of their women held up that are the equivalent of a glorilla and that are celebrated by any segment of their people because they know that, hey, man, that's an embarrassment. You don't play with our collective image like that. And see, again, anytime that they take our women like this and put them up as the face of our people on a public platform, it's attacking not just our present, it's attacking the future. Why am I saying that? Because women are the first teachers of children. See, it's deeper than a lot of people have broken down regarding these types of things. We're going to cover here tonight. I'm going to play this. I want y'all to hear this now.
You are, how many accolades and nominations and everything you've got going on, at least with what you have planned for the summer coming ahead with a concert and a tour. The idea of them inviting you there in particular, did they talk to you about what they wanted politically? Did they want your endorsement? Did they want you to help people get out the vote?
Hey, that ain't got nothing to do with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just living my life like it's golden, living my life like it's golden. But, I'm not going to, talk politics, but I love the president. You know what I'm saying? I love everybody. And at the end of the day got to end.
Let me tell you something, family. On the one hand, that makes me angry because I know what they're using that for. And on the other hand, I am not devoid of compassion because she's too stupid to realize how stupid she looks in public. At the end of the day gotta end. I live everybody. Now, the one thing I will give her credit for, she knows that she's not as smart as a box of rocks. So she's like, hey, that ain't got nothing to do with me. At least she knows that. But just the image of you being up there in that position. See, again, and I want you to follow me because I know this is going to hurt a lot of people's feelings, man. Somebody got to say it, man. You show me her equivalent in any other group. They don't put their stupid on a public platform to speak like that before them. That's not a game. That shit ain't cute. That's embarrassing, man. And I'm sick of that shit. And I know a lot of you in here probably agree with that. I am tired of them putting our stupid on public platforms. to speak for us or to thumb in our eye. See, we gonna have to let them know you don't take your dumb ass on no public platform in a serious setting. You sit down and go do your thing. You want to do your little rap crap or whatever you're doing, go over there and do that. You don't ever put yourself in no position where you're going to be our representative. And that's how you are. Yeah, I'm going there with it. Somebody need to say it. This picture right here. See, think about it. This is an election year coming up. Okay. They're going around getting everybody they can find, except for the most qualified people. Yeah, I'm going there. Somebody need to go ahead and call this out, man. Because enough is enough. Not just her. I'm talking about all of them like her, male or female. So I don't care if it was a blue face. I would go in just as hard. We're going to have to let these idiots know just because they come to you, that don't mean that you have the authority to go and speak for us. See, what I want Black society to understand is, yes, we do have the right to say, no, you will not be a representative for the whole of us. No, you won't. You're not qualified. Them people are using you and weaponizing your stupidity against us to mock us and embarrass us. No, sit your goofy ass down and stay in your lane. That's how that needs to be handled. You hear me? I'm not playing. Oh, I ain't done yet. Oh, I'm not done yet. We got to go further into this. We got to go further. Because, see, in case any of you think that I'm wrong about that, oh, man, you just being hard, man. Why you saying all that? Okay, in her own words, this is her own tweet. Let's read it. Because I'm going to prove why she and those like her are not qualified to be in any public place, assuming to represent our people, okay? This is what she said, quote, all that fake classy shit you hoe be on to impress these niggas, whole time niggas love ghetto hoes. First of all, let me correct you on something. And this is something, fellas, that you're going to have to tighten up and draw a line in the sand on. You're talking to the homosexual, bum, dusty Negro class. They like that shit. Black men that got something going on, that respect themselves and care about not just their present, but their future image and their legacy, they don't want a damn thing to do with you. Let me tell you something. I wouldn't be caught dead nowhere where this heifer was, man. Or nobody like her. No. You first of all, look at you. Tattoos everywhere. Okay. Listen to how you sound when you speak. And then on top of that, you think that you're supposed to put your personal, intimate life on public display? You a damn embarrassment. Who the hell, what black man in his right frame of mind? Yeah, boy, I'm going to cuff that. Let me ask you, fellas, and the ladies, because I'm going to go here with it. Because, see, I know a lot of people, man, he tripping. No, I'm not. Because, see, I'm tired of people playing. Salute to Daryl Bledsoe for the cash out. Thank you very much, my brother. First to the fellas. How many of you in here? And look, and don't tell on yourself, because I know some of you like, well, man, I'm still here, though. Don't say that. Just keep it to yourself. How many of you would claim her as your woman and walk into a room with your head held up high? Or someone like her? Okay, I'm talking to Glorilla's, the Sexy Red, the Suki Hunters, all them heifers. How many men in here would claim this? Like, yeah, boy, this mine right here, boy. Let me take it deeper. Not only I want to ask this question, how many of you would claim her? How many of you would be proud to say, yeah, man, boy, that represent my genetic legacy right there? Oh, yeah, boy, she ripped that, boy. That's the mother of my kids right there, boy. Look at her. How many of you would be proud to do that? Now, for the ladies, yeah, I got to go here. Ladies, gathered here in this chat room listening to me, how many of you would be proud to call this your daughter-in-law? How many of you would be proud if your son came home? Hey, mom, I done found the one. Okay, you get happy. Yeah, boy, I'm about to have some grandbabies. Let me meet her, son. Bring her in there. And he come walking through the door with this. Yeah, Glow. He'll come walking through the door with this. Tatted up from head to toe. Don't have sense and the body of two dead damn flies smushed together. And say this is going to be the legacy that left behind for you and your grandbabies. How many of y'all be proud of that, huh? Yeah. I see. I like to ask the questions that actually matter over here. Oh, yeah. So I go ahead and go there with it because, see, They've been weaponizing degenerates against us, and I'm not done with her because she's not the only one. Oh, we got to take it further. Yes, we do. We got to take it further. Yes, we do. This image right here, and I've already covered this in several broadcasts. This is what they're trying to manufacture and present to young black girls that this is what you're supposed to be. The only way you can get successful is to just strip your own self, not even let somebody do it. Because at this point, regardless of the system of white supremacy, they're promoting that the only way for you to be successful, don't be intelligent. Don't carry yourself with any type of class or dignity. All the things that are going to make the men in your community step up and protect you and actually choose you to be a wife and take care of you. Don't do none of that. Throw all that to the wind. You don't need them men. Come out here, be the biggest slut you can be. Okay? Don't worry about trying to learn anything and be overly focused on your damn appearance. First of all, nothing up here says wife, okay? Yeah, I got to go in on this, man. Because, see, I'm hoping that the right ears hear this and hear me talking like this. Because, see, you got a lot of men that'll address this, but they want to sugarfoot it and play around and beat around the bush. Let me tell you something, man. One of the defining characteristics of manhood and your value as a man, it depends on if you know when to say things as they need to be said without sugarcoating. Everything can't be sugarcoated. You can't come out, but man, I like them though. They cool. Now, fuck all that. Ain't nothing cool about this damn image on this screen. No father in here would be proud if your daughter grew up to be this, okay? And let me say this to the brothers. This is why you need to be careful who you plant your seed in. And once you have children, before you have them, you need to sit down with whatever woman you're going to choose and say, listen now, this ain't just about us once we start having kids. This is about the legacy that we going to leave long after we're not here no more. We don't want to raise no damn Glorrillas, Sexy Red, Suki Hunters, or no Blue Faces, NBA young boys. Those bastards are worthless to black society. What the fuck? Think about it. In case you think I'm just reaching, in a crisis scenario, huh? I'm talking about, man, the stuff hit the fan, everything go down. What skill set are they going to provide to the community that's going to help anybody survive, huh? Yeah, see, nobody really puts it like that. Nobody puts it that way. I want you to tell me what skill set could a blue face or Glorilla or whoever, that archetype, okay, the males and the female, what the hell could they provide that's going to help us survive, thrive, and actually rebuild our society should something happen? Nothing. So I'm saying that for a reason. They are destructive. Do you understand me? Whether they know it or not, they're useful idiots. This is how you destroy a society, particularly the women. And I know y'all like, why he keeps harping on the women? Because, ladies, I want y'all to hear me. I'm not speaking to you with hatred. I'm speaking to you as a foundational black American freedman man that understands the importance and the natural place of our women. We need you, sisters. We need you in your natural element, intelligent, teaching the babies, doing what you're supposed to be to set a legacy and an example for a family. You can't do that with this. This must be rejected. On the flip side, the blue faces, the NBA young boys, and the rest of them, that's not manhood. Think about it, ladies. I'm going to switch gears because I know I'm going in on them, but somebody got to say this. A blue face or NBA young boy, if you took his money away, what skill you think that bastard have? That archetype, okay? Because I'm not just talking about one, I'm talking about that archetype. Probably couldn't change no tire. Probably don't know nothing about things that it takes to handle things themselves because, see, once they get money, yeah, you got other people that can do stuff for you, but at one of the core tenets of manhood is you being able to solve your own problems. Cool, you got money and can hire other people to do it, but at the end of the day, if that's not an option, can you do it yourself, huh? Can you imagine having to depend on an NBA young boy or blue face to take care of some business around your house, something need to be fixed? Them boys don't have no survival skills, man. They don't. And their fathers and parents are failures, man. So yeah, I'm going here with it. Somebody got to say it, man. Somebody got to say it. No, we're not done though, because see, while we're talking about this weaponized degeneracy, and I'm showing you these women because I got to get on Simone Big Bones, linebacker Taco Sanders. I got to get on her. There's a reason why the Democratic Party in particular chooses the women, because unfortunately, a segment, not all, a segment of women in our community are backstabbing and treacherous. And as long as there's something in it for them, they will sell out the entire collective of Black America. Like this big boulder-shouldered wildebeest up here with her shaved down head, sitting up here defending this damn treasonous president in office when this bastard done rose inflation through the roof. We have the most unsecure border in American history, to the point where you got degenerate criminals coming over here trying to claim your property. By the way, make sure you got alarm systems on your homes if you own more than one like I do. Trying to use the squatter laws to claim your property, okay? Giving all our taxpayer dollars left and right to everybody except for American citizens. All that money that's been kicked out all over the place could have solved the homeless problem in America. Nope. You think Jim Crow Joe give a damn about that? Nope. But this helper, because she getting a few crumbs, oh, she'll tell you, hey, go out and vote for blue no matter who, okay? Another weaponized, useful idiot. Yeah, I'm not done. I'm going to get them all tonight. I ain't playing. This piece of shit, if you over on my Patreon, you heard me go in on her. Oh, yeah, I'm not playing. They all going to get this work tonight. Because we going to get to Candace. Trust me, we going to get to Candace. Tiffany Hood Rat Henyard. You heard me. See, let me tell you why I have a particular vitriol and venom for those like this, whether it's a man or a woman. I've said this many times. I'm going to say it yet again here tonight. Everybody that's gathered here in my chat room listening, everybody that listen on the playback, people that will never listen to me because you can't stand my guts for whatever reason. Cool. Don't care about that. I'm talking to you too, though. Family, foundational Black American freedmen family, and I will include our Black immigrant brothers and sisters on this. Black people have been through enough. You hear me? The hands of white supremacy in this country. Globally, we've been through enough at the hands of white supremacy. So the reason that I go so hard in the paint against those like a Tiffany Hood Rat Henyard that's in office, the so-called Teflon mayor, the reason I go so hard against them, because I'm like, okay, it's one thing for them folks to do that. We expect that. But you being of our own flesh and rocking a uniform that is honorable Black skin, you get in a position of power where you can help our people, and then you turn around and do the same thing that the folks do to us, stealing the community's money, and then you think it's a game when somebody confronts you about it. Bitch, you can go to hell. And that includes the Tim Scotts. That includes the Daniel Camerons. I'm talking about both of them. But see, I'm making a point. The reason I'm showing you, it's easier for the Democrats to weaponize this type of woman. Notice I said type, not all Black women. This type of woman, okay, with that mindset, because there's sisters in the community that wouldn't even dare do what this heifer done right here, okay, or any of them that I just showed you previously. Let me tell you something. In warfare, and I'm speaking so that the women can understand this, in warfare, they know that it's easier to persuade the women if you bribe them with something and say, hey, look, if you go ahead and sell your people out, there's something in it for you. I keep going back to this analogy that I've made many times. You think back to what happened with Pocahontas and her tribe. And I've said it many times, the men in that tribe should have moved her ass to the side and got to work. They should have started taking scalps left and right. Nope. They listened to her, brought the little trinkets. Soon as they got comfortable, hey, murdered her whole tribe. Yeah, because unfortunately, they were weak-minded and they didn't understand that, hey, as men, it's our position. Look, let me tell you something. In order for us to properly protect the entire community, we're going to have to be willing to piss people off sometimes. Yeah, I know that's a hard pill to swallow for a lot of people, man. But look, if I'm doing my job as a man, you ain't going to always agree or like what I'm doing. But if I'm acting in the best interest of the family and the community, sometimes you just going to have to be mad. And then later on, the women with sense be like, you know what? I see why you made that decision. I couldn't see it at that time. And look, and vice versa. Let's flip it. There are things that women see and pick up on that men sometimes overlook. And at that particular time where you have a woman in her right frame of mind, not like those that I showed you earlier, if you have a woman in her right frame of mind that's talking with some sense, brothers, yield to that woman. If she talking like she got some sense and she's got the best interests of the family, the children, and the community at heart, you yield to her, man. Listen to what she got to say because that's your help me. That's your partner. You understand? You listen to the wise women that are trying to act in the best interest because together, functioning as a unit, when she's doing what she's supposed to do and you as a man doing what you're supposed to do, that's where you get a strong family and a strong community. The last thing that these Democrats and most of white America don't want to see. Okay? So yeah, I'm going in on Tiffany Hood Rat-Hanged. Another useful, weaponized idiot. We're going to have to set stern social consequences for them. Because one thing I will give the Jewish community, you cross their people and you one of their own, oh, they excommunicate you. You done. It's over with. It's a wrap. We need to adopt that type of standard, family. We really do. Okay? So I just wanted to go ahead and get that out of the way because I'm not done yet. Oh, no, we're not done because we finna get into a whole bunch here. Now, ladies and gentlemen, because I had to get that off my chest. But this piece of shit. Oh, Candace. See, hold on, Candace. Let me show you what you really are, Candace. This is what you are, Candace. This is Candace right here. Hey, guys, I'm back, guys. Hey, come on now. Oh, don't take that stuff I said seriously. Come on now. Hey, no, bitch. Get off our leg, Candace. No, Candace. No. Go on back over there. You want to be a pet to them folks, and that's what you're going to be. You over there with your people. They own you now. See, Heifer, let me go ahead and say something before I get ready to go in on this bag of dog shit. We've heard all the vile things that she said, and I'm going to remind you of some of these vile things that she said here tonight. Oh, yes, I am. In her own words, we're going to remind you. See, not only you, Candace, but any of the men that sell our people out to the point that you have, you can't come back. Let me tell you why. When you sold out, they now own you. But you can't come back because that mindset, that treacherous, backstabbing, degenerate mindset, you are a threat to the community, Candace. Think about it. Let me ask a serious question. Who in here would trust this heifer? Huh? Think about it. In a situation where it's us versus them folks, which one of y'all would trust this heifer? Huh? See, I keep telling people, man, a lot of people going on, well, she intelligent though. Okay, great. There's been a lot of intelligent mad men and mad women in history. The question you better be asking while you raving and ranting about how smart somebody is, air quotes, can you trust their ass? Huh? Can you trust them? That's the question. And see, the only person that I respect that's affiliated with the Breakfast Club is our good sister, Tesla Figueroa. I have nothing but the utmost respect for that sister. I always will. Always have. But her colleagues here, Charlemagne the Fraud, Les Hilarious, DJ Envy, okay? Goofball that he is. I don't respect none of them. I don't. They are bought and paid for sellout Democrat shield Negroes. I don't respect none of them. Even if they do tiptoe and tap dance around trying to sound like us in new black media from time to time, I don't respect none of them. Because see, for me, male or female, if you can be bought, I can't trust you. Oh no, I cannot trust you if you can be bought. If all somebody got to do is wave the right dollar amount in front of you with the critical times that we're dealing with here, no, I can't trust you. I don't have no love for you. Oh no. Let me show you something, family. Check this out. And let me give credit where credit is due. Salute to the good brother, Black Alpha Network, because I saw this clip and I said, you know what? Let me include this over here to further make my point. I hope the brother doesn't mind me using this, giving you your proper attribution, my good brother, Black Alpha Network. I want to play something for you. I want you to listen because, see, I'm not finished with Candace by sight tonight. We just getting started. I'm going to let her talk to y'all.
Hey guys, it's Candace. The rumors are true. I am free. Welcome to my locals page. So much to talk about. Obviously, I'm going to take a couple of weeks here just to rebuild and to refocus and to create something that is actually mine. Thank you guys.
I do not think that we deserve reparations for slavery. I was never a slave in this country, and I think that the idea, if you think that you're going to get more than $200 from the government, okay, this entire debate is just it's a joke, okay? It's never going to happen. Do you think that we're the only group? I'm just going to ask you this question that has had something awful happen to them in this country.
That I said today that are actually harming Black America. Number one, father absence. Number two, the education system and the illiteracy rate. Illegal immigration ranks high, abortion ranks high, white supremacy and white nationalism, if I had to make a list again of 100 things, would not be on it.
That the Black community is unique from other communities. Our culture is unique from other communities because we are the only community that caters to the bottom denominator of our society. George Floyd, at the time of his arrest, was high on fentanyl and he was high on methamphetamine. This came back in both of his autopsy reports. If we're hanging in the wrong crowd, doesn't matter. If we're actively helping our boyfriends move drugs, which is what Breonna Taylor was actually doing, it was not an accident, okay? She was knee deep in drugs. He was not being pursued in the video, obviously. It looked like he was running towards the car. And then when the two people who had guns, he went around and he attacked the person. I feel no compassion whatsoever for Jordan Neely. Let's make that clear. And some of you guys are watching this and you're going to say, well, of course, Candace Owens feels no compassion for him because he's a Black man and she never defends Black men. No, I never defend Black criminals. Our biggest problem is us, okay? It's why we don't talk about it when Black on Black crime happens. I had white people coming up to me with tears in their eyes. And I told Kanye this, with tears in their eyes, saying, thank you so much, as if they're the forgotten people, for just allowing us to have our voices back. They've been sitting in silence, completely sidelined, told that they are not allowed to be American because there's a vicious narrative around that somehow Black Americans are suffering from policing and therefore white lives can't matter. They do. It's obvious. Kanye was correct, right? So when I cover Black people on the show, I'm typically covering them because they are doing something that is idiotic.
Okay, family. So I let that play without interruption for a reason. Now, for those of you that have the cape on for this degenerate white supremacist pet demon, you telling me that after I just played that in her own words, we supposed to let that back in the community? Let me tell y'all something, man. And I'm talking directly to those with the damn cape on for this piece of shit right here. I don't play games with my enemies. You understand me? That's an enemy. I don't care just because she's a woman. An enemy to our community is an enemy. Let's get that straight, okay? All of that she just said, there was nothing in there redeemable about nothing that she stated, okay? She's chosen her path. She belongs to them. That's their bitch. Yes, I said it. That's their bitch. Understand this. In our community, you've got men, two different types. You got the type that if they were ever in a leadership or a rulership position over a nation, they would do and make the decisions to protect that nation from all threats, foreign and domestic. Then you have the fools that are with the cape on for the Candace Owens types that'll let in the damn threat that will destroy the entire nation. Let me tell you something. I fit the former, okay? I'm the guy that once I recognize the threat, I'm like, oh, threat, cool. Close the gate, go out, meet threat, make sure threat gets nowhere near coming into the walls of this kingdom over here. That's the type of man I am, okay? That's the way I was raised in my family. You don't play games with no damn threat. You don't let somebody hopscotch in and out talking about where they making a bag. Okay, great. You making a bag. Keep doing it. Don't bring your ragged ass back over here talking about you did these things because you wanted the Black community to be better. Bitch, you can go to hell. You sit up here and you justified the murder of Jordan Neely, talking about he's a criminal. What crime did he commit on the train that day? A hungry man with a cowardly white supremacist, okay, Daniel Penny snuck up behind the man and choked him to death? Again, I say, oh, I wish he would have tried that here in Georgia. We would have stomped his ass in the street pizza. Jordan Neely would still be alive if it had been tried down here in the South. You justified the murder of George Floyd. I don't have to go back into that. We all saw what happened to George Floyd. Restrained on the ground with 4 damn rabbit race soldiers accosting him. And then this point about, oh, George Floyd's not a hero. Nobody said he was a damn hero. For the idiots that keep saying that dumb shit, what we are saying is nobody that's face down in handcuffs should be murdered in that fashion. You already got the man restrained or what have you, so whatever threat they pose, there's no threat at that point when they were restrained. All physical force should cease at that point. See, for people like that, they're not going to get it until a Derek Chauvin kneels on their neck. And when that time comes, hey, you get what you get. Only thing I can tell you is, hey, just remember, you justified the murder of another black person unjustly like that. Hey, well, today's your time. Today's your time. Yeah, I'm going there. You heard all them different things that she just said. And this whole French-speaking we, when it comes to reparations, let me go ahead and make this clear right now. For those of you in the tether class, and I'm making this clear when I say tether class, I'm not talking about our own cold black immigrant brothers and sisters. Those of you in that tether class, y'all gonna get this French out your mouth when you're talking about reparations. You do not have a say. If you're not of our lineage and you're not in support of what we're trying to do, shut the fuck up. We're not playing with you no more about that. We don't go to your countries and tell you what you shouldn't get or shouldn't have for atrocity that's been inflicted upon you. All that, I was never a slave. Cool, no problem. You're not of our lineage neither, so you don't have a say on any of our affairs. Stay in your lane. Those like myself are going to make sure you stay in your lane. See, if I got anything to say about it, that bitch ain't coming back over here in the society. I'm going to be on her neck, and anybody like her, male or female, like Dracula, goddammit. You're not coming back over here after what you've done to our people. You would be a fool. See, think about this, family. How many of your grandparents or anybody in family ever told you about this analogy? Anybody ever told you about this? The snake out there in the wintertime is cold, and, you know, by whatever odd miracle, the snake is talking. You go out there and he's, please, bring me in from the cold. I won't bite you. I promise. Just bring me in. And then when you bring the snake in, you know, you place it over there warm by the fire. It gets getting warm. You drift off to sleep on your couch, and then you wake up. Ah! Now you knew I was a snake when you brought me in here. Why are you surprised? That's what I do. I'm a serpent. I'm a snake. So I'm just saying, how many times does somebody have to prove to you that they're a snake before you realize, hey, man, this is a threat? You on your own. Salute to the good brother Nathaniel Perry for the cash out. Thank you very much, my brother. She's on her own. Her and anybody like her, male or female. Let me make it clear. Once you do the things she's done and said the things she said, because see, watch this. I'm going to ask a question. For all you bleeding hearts that's running around, I got to go here. I don't care. All the fools are talking about, oh, man, she fine, though. I don't see how. Boy, you got real low standards. That's what you call a standard of beauty. And no, she's not. That woman is not attractive, not only physically, but she has an ugly spirit on top of that makes her even less attractive to anybody in the right frame of mind. But I got a question to ask you. Do you think that somebody could be a part of the Jewish community and she's finding out the hard way about playing them kind of games? Okay, we going to get to that. Do you think anybody in the Jewish community, a woman, could be like a Candace Owens and speak against their people, everything they get, and then they go, well, she is smart, though. She did make some good points. Let her come on back in. Could anybody in my chat room see the Jewish community playing that kind of game? Huh? Could anybody see the Jewish community playing that kind of game? I can't. Could you see the Asian community playing that kind of game? I can't either. Could you see the East Indian, Arab, or Hispanic community playing that kind of game? Do you see the white community playing that kind of game? So my question is, why do we have fools amongst us that think it's wise for us to play that game? See, I understand that there's a such thing as grace, but let me make this clear about that term grace. You don't give grace to everybody. Grace is to be given to people that make honest mistakes. Grace is to be given to people that are young and naive, that don't know any better. And then there's a limit with that, depending on what they do and depending upon the harm to the community they do. When it's people that's as old as a Candace Owens, you don't have no damn grace. Bitch, you made a choice. You sold out your people because you're not a part of us. Unfortunately, you represent the face of Black America because you're wearing our uniform, but you sold us out, and you constantly talking against Foundation of Black American Freedmen. You are my enemy. I will never call any piece of dog shit like her, male or female, a brother or sister in the community. I don't play them games. See, a threat on a battlefield, you identify that as what it is. You don't call it something else. You understand me? You want to be unsuccessful on any battlefield, figuratively or literally, start calling the opposition on the battlefield something that it's not. And deal with it as if it's not a threat. I don't play games with my enemies. And that's exactly what she is to Black America, a damn enemy. Them folks can have your raggedy ass. You're not coming back over here. I'm not done, though. I want to show you something. Oh, yeah, we're going to keep threatening these niggas over here. I want y'all to listen to this. Because, see, here's her pitch that she's trying to make to us, family. I know all of y'all have seen this, but I'm going to play this. I want y'all to hear the pitch that she's trying to make here. I want you to tell me if you buy this.
Talented. Like I said, when it comes to the arts and creativity, I just find Black American to be funnier. I think we're also funnier. I think we have a natural sense of humor. Like when we're comedians, we do it the best. Also, when we sing, we do it the best. When we're athletes, we do it the best.
See, Black pride. Yes, Candace.
I say this on
That's
my
what
show.
we want from Candace. Black pride. Not all of the other shit that makes us say, damn, is she proud to be Black or is she not proud to be Black?
And if you watch my show, you're not hearing anything new. This is what I say. This is the lessons in all of that. Forget the headline about what I said, but why I say it offends me. I'll say because this is what I grew up with, and this is what I know we are capable of. Because I know you can do better. And I know who's making the decisions in the boardroom. And I see their evil game, and it's Machiavellian, and I'm just not having it. That's why I'm not allowed to speak to Black Americans beyond the headlines. That's why they want to separate us, is because they are worried about what would happen if there was a Black Renaissance.
Okay. So that's the pitch that she's trying to give us to wiggle her raggedy ass back over here. Watch how I blow this all up. I'm going to give you simple logic because, see, the truth is always simple. And the truth is most effective when it's simple. Okay, you heard the pitch. You heard the spiel. Watch this, family. Can anybody in my chat room name a time that Candace Owens has spoke highly about anybody that's well respected in the Black community? Has she acknowledged a Dr. Claude Anderson, a Shahrazad Ali, a Dr. Joy DeGruy, okay, Neely Fuller? Has she acknowledged it? I'm just naming some names. Let's go to the people that are no longer with us, our grandmaster teachers. Has she ever spoke highly of Dr. John Henry Clark? Has she ever spoke highly of our non-LBA brother, Dr. Joseph Ben Yakinen? Okay. Has she ever spoke highly of Sheikh Anta Diop? Has she ever spoken highly of Marcus Garvey from her own culture? Huh? I'm making it hard for the coons to sell me that, oh, we need to let her back in. My point is this. That bitch does not care nothing about Black folks of no lineage, not even her own. What she wants to be is a little white woman, and she's never going to be that. Because, see, the closest she going to get is laying up under a zaddy, but that's not going to make you white, and it's damn sure not going to make them folks, except you, especially the women. Oh, when a bad witch go and get a zaddy, now you an even bigger threat to white women. They can't stand that, especially if you get somebody that's got some bread. Oh, yeah. So my point is this. If she claimed to love us and we do so, think about it. When's the last time? Let's even take it away from well-known people. When is the last time anybody seen Candace Owens speak highly of a group of young Black intelligent children? Huh? Apart from anything trying to use them to play political games. Have anybody in this chat room ever seen it? Huh? See, we got to examine this. She's on trial. She's on trial. I need to see some evidence for why we supposed to allow this piece of dog shit back into our community, the threat that she is. Huh? Where's your redeeming attributes? Where have you ever stood up for Black people? Have you ever put money behind trying to get the Flint water crisis solved? Have you ever put money behind trying to solve the Jackson, Mississippi water crisis? Have you even just showed up if you didn't drop a bag? Huh? What have you done? Have you gone to do any type of outreach where somebody can defend her and say, wait a minute, GBS, She came down here where our folks was in need, man, and she fought for us and stood up for us and tried to get us in a better position. Hold on, brother. I know for a fact I saw it. Can anybody in this chat room tell me that? I want somebody to defend her if you can. Huh? Defend the bitch if you can. And yeah, I'm going to keep saying that tonight. Defend the bitch if you can. I don't play with these funky, degenerate traitors in our community. Male or female. And when I say bitch, let me clear this up too. When I say bitch, I'm talking about male and female. That's an ambidextrous term in my vocabulary. You got male bitches like the one on the screen right here that fit that description too. And let me get on Joe Budden. See, remember what I told you about the two types of men? You have those that would do what's necessary to defend the kingdom and those that would actually let in the threat that would destroy the kingdom. Joe Budden, I got to put you over there with Glorilla, and I'm going to tell you why. I'm not saying you had the disrespect on your show. No, not telling you that. Not telling you that at all. What I am saying is you were speaking as if that's what we want to see, black pride. Brother, don't you know she don't have no black pride because she doesn't like herself? See, the men that are not competent enough to recognize when they sitting in front of a damn threat and to take it seriously like that's one, you can't be a voice to lead nobody either. You are not qualified, Joe Budden. You over there in that celebrity class anyway, though, so none of us really take that class seriously. It's very few celebrities that I would give a salute to, like the good sister Tashina Arnold, okay? It's very few like her. I'll name another one. My good brother David Banner. Good, solid dude, man. Man, let me tell you something. If you ever met David Banner, that's good people right there. That there's nothing fake about that brother. You talking about, see, think about it. Brothers like that, why don't you go and talk to a David Banner Democrat Party? Oh, but you know better than that. Oh, you know better than that. But see, family, let me show you what's tripping some people up. Because see, I'm a boy. I'm going to finish nailing this bag of dog shit, Candace Owens, to the cross here tonight. Yes, I am. This is what's tripping some people up when she makes statements like this. I'm going to let this play.
And get pregnant.
Depends. I know.
What does it depend on?
I know trans men that can get pregnant.
That means it's a woman. Only one sex can get
that's
pregnant.
a circular argument. That's
not a circular
question.
argument.
Yeah.
It's proving my thing. There is a truth, a concrete truth. You have to be born with a uterus to have a baby. Only women can get pregnant. The fact that we've arrived in a society
Right, that's the part I'm disagreeing with. That's the part I'm disagreeing
There's
with.
nothing to disagree with it. These are facts. So you can say that this person
Okay, so I'm going to pause it right here. What's tripping people up are moments like that. Let me explain something to those slow bus people that think that means that, see how intelligent she is? Yeah, making a good point. Yes, we agree with that. Yes, only biological women can get pregnant. That is an absolute fact. But here's the problem, family. That degenerate snake, Candace Owens, and that little soft-minded male bitch, Mark Lamont Hill, okay? I'll forever refer to him as a bitch for disrespecting our queen mother. Rest her soul, the ancestor, Dr. Francis Chris Wilson. He will never have my respect for that. I will not forgive that at all. That woman's information has saved many of our lives, okay? And continues to do so to this day. She called a lot ahead of her time. You disrespect people like that in my community, I will never have any respect for you. But see, my point is this. With Candace, how many of you, I'm going to ask a question. I want to see what my audience thinks. How many of you think that if tomorrow the Republicans switched their policy and said, yeah, you know, men can have babies, how many of you think that she will fall right in line and go along with that? My point is she only says what she thinks the white right agrees with. That woman don't have no conviction or no type of loyalty to anything that's upright. I want y'all to understand that. She says what she thinks is going to gain her white approval. So no, just because she's doing that, that doesn't mean that that's proof that, well, see, she does have some redeemable quality. No, because there's nothing genuine about that at all, okay? At all. So now watch this. And let me make this disclaimer because I'm going to say this with the utmost respect and I'm putting this in here to exhibit a point. And I'm going to do it respectfully because let me say this. I have nothing but respect for the brother that you're going to be seeing in this clip here. Good, solid dude, grassroots worker. Okay? Nothing but respect for him and all that he's ever done. So don't think that what I'm about to play here is going to be me coming at the brother or disrespecting him. But I had to include this in here because, see, one of the things that we must do as men, when we see, especially since we're men and our natural role is supposed to be the leadership class of our communities, okay? When we see other men that have an ideology that must be addressed and examined because it may bring the wrong results to the community, there's a respectful way to do it, okay? See, you don't have to disrespect somebody to challenge an ideology because I'm going to show you why I'm threading this needle here. It's going to make perfect sense. So I'm going to say yet again, person that's speaking, don't think that I'm going to disrespect this brother because I will never do that. That's my brother, okay? Got no problems with him and his work whatsoever. Outstanding young man, brilliant young man. But I do have a problem with some things he's going to say, and I'm going to lay out the case why, and I think all of you will see my position. Even if you disagree with it, I'm going to articulate that in a way that's going to make you pause and think about why I said what I said. I'm going to play this clip, and then I'm going to break down exactly what my issue is.
Has Candace Owens people ever reached out to you? She needs a good conversation
with a black man.
She needs one.
Like a black man who loves the black woman.
Yeah, she needs one.
Seriously, that sister, she's sharp.
Yeah, she's really smart.
So the facts that she gives, there has to be a level of compassion. So no, they haven't reached out to me to answer your question. But if they did, I would respond. I wouldn't mind sitting down and having a discussion with her because, one, I'm a black man that actually knows he's a black man.
Yeah.
and I'm bold about that.
Right.
You know, as we all are. But also at the same time, I don't bow to white supremacy nor anyone who works on behalf of it. And that's out of respect. I say this respectfully. Same thing with anybody else. We don't hate anyone, but understand we are at war and there's situations and circumstances. So there must be respect. If you're married, then you know, all praise due to Allah. We must respect marriage, we respect love. But just be mindful that that energy that is put out has to come back at a certain point. So if we had a conversation, it would be very civil, it would be respectful. I respect her because she's a black woman. She is that. And that's how I would talk to her as a brother, to a sister. And I think we would agree on most things.
Yeah, that would be good. I think that would be good for her. I would like to see it. I would like to see it for real.
Okay, so now I'm going to say it again. I have nothing but the utmost love and respect for my good brother, Rizza Islam. I'm not a Muslim, but I respect that brother. I respect their faith. I have to take issue with some things that the brother said, and I'm going to explain why. First and foremost, I've said it many times. No, Candace Owens is not a sister to the community. I made the case for why out of her own mouth, and I'm not done making my case yet. She's not a sister to the community. Her own mouth and actions have condemned her to not be that. That is an earned, honorable title. Dr. John Henry Clark said it best that one of our greatest strengths and weaknesses at the same time, simultaneously, is our beautiful humanity. I love our beautiful humanity. I do. But with that beautiful humanity must come the wisdom and the proper judgment to understand when people are not worth us casting our pearls before swine. Candace Owens is the lowest form of swine, wearing our skin and disgracing our skin every day that she wears it. And she doesn't even respect or appreciate her own skin. Because, see, this is her husband. That's who she belongs to. I'm going to say this, and I would not tell Brother Rizza how to think or what to do. But I'm saying this to the greater majority of Black America listening to me on this microphone. And again, I love and respect my brother. I do. But you are not entitled to respect enemies to our people. You're not. Let me say something. One of the things that angers me greatly is seeing the upstanding and the righteous be taken advantage of because sometimes they can be too pure to the point that they don't think logically about the threats that should be shown no compassion. I take it back to what happened to Pocahontas and her tribe. The proper thing for those men to do would be to move her ass to the side and get busy. They probably would still be alive, okay? They probably would have survived in that time period is what I'm saying. At that time period, they probably would not have died as early as they did then, okay? See, it's a serious responsibility as men to recognize when there are threats among us in our community. So this whole thing where you have to be respectful to people, men and women that are not worthy of respect, that is a detriment. And I say this again with all love and respect to my brother. No, that is the wrong mindset to have. No. Does he have to curse her out? No. He doesn't have to use the language I use. I agree with having a conversation with her and being respectful and debating and challenging the ideologies. But at the end of the day, that's not someone I'm going to welcome into our community. Respect is earned. You understand? Let me ask my audience here tonight. What about what Candace has said so far? Because you ain't seen nothing yet. I'm not done with her. What about Candace that you heard so far that thinks that she's entitled to our respect? Somebody that has gone out her way to defend every type of injustice and harm, not even just an ideological difference. This woman has gone out her way to defend white supremacist murderers that have taken Black life. So I must respectfully disagree with my brother Rizza's stance. No, she is not due respect from Black America. Now, if he wants to respect her, that's his business. I will say this to him and anyone else. You better be very careful with that type of mindset. You better be very careful with that type of mindset because, see, I can show you throughout history where people, the best of us, particularly Black folks around the world, the best of us have exercised that type of compassion. And the very people, the enemies that they showed that compassion towards were the main ones that slit their throat. See, as a man, a foundational Black American freedman man, I understand that the duty of protector is a serious one. Think of it this way. If you were a farmer and you had a garden, you were trying to grow healthy crops, and one day walking amongst the rows of whatever crop you're growing, you saw a batch of, a section that was rotten. Now, you got a decision to make. You can remove those rotten crops and section that off from the rest of your healthy crops, or you can leave that rotten section in there until it ruins your whole crop, your whole field. Now, an intelligent farmer would remove the rotten portion and get rid of that. That's what an intelligent one would do. An unwise one, well, maybe it won't be so bad. Oh, well, I'm going to see what it do. And then now you've lost your entire crop. Huh? That's how I'm looking at it. This isn't complicated, family. It's simple. It's very simple. This is who she belongs to. Those are her people. She may be as black as the ace of spades, but that little mind on the inside of Candace, that is a coon's mind. You are useless to Black people. Them your people. They own you. You go over there and seek whatever support you're going to get. Okay? That's where I'm at with it. Okay? So again, I respect my brother Rizza, but know that we cannot have that type of mindset if we are to properly defend and protect our people. We can't all think that way. No. Because see, if we did, I want y'all to understand this. If we all thought that way, we end up just like Pocahontas' tribe. There have to be those amongst us that's willing to piss people off and willing to say, nope, you can't come back in here. I'll take it a step further. We need to get to a point in Black America where not only do we say you can't come back in here, we need to get to a point where we say, oh, no, you in here, but I'm going to kick your ass out. You must go. For the protection and the safety of the entire community, you must go. Then and only then will we have come into our own. We get to that point where we start removing these threats to our community, foreign and domestic. You understand? We got a long way to go before we get there, but understand that that's what's going to have to be done because, see, you think about any secure nation. Every secure nation, except for this one under Jim Crow Joe Biden, every secure nation has rules about how you come into that nation. You have to follow those rules or else you got to go. We got some work to do, but I'm not done. I'm going to finish making my case here because y'all ain't heard nothing yet. I got to remind you of what type of demon some people are talking about we need to allow into the community. No, I'm not saying Rizza said that. I'm talking about the other people that have taken that mindset. Oh, yeah, we're not done with Candace. Oh, no, we are not done with her. I'm going to show you something, right? Now, I'm just gonna play the audio of this because this is straight from old Candace. And I already know, Candace, I know you love to give people strikes, but see, listen, you on trial. So I don't want to make up anything. I need to use your words, Candace. So family, that's what I'm gonna do. I want y'all to listen to this. I'm gonna let a good portion of this go before I even interject any type of commentary. And you tell me if you think that this degenerate demon is supposed to be allowed back amongst our people.
Still do not know what happened on the day that George Floyd died. They've never even seen any video outside of the 9-minute video that was played over and over and over again on loop. And they purposefully held back just releasing the police cam, which would have cleared up so many of the lies.
And it's amazing the emotional power of the narrative as opposed to the truth, the story they tell. Joe Biden, a man who's been in government since the 1970s, got on television and said, we are an inherently racist society, an inherently racist government. He basically talked about this trial as if it were difficult to get a conviction of a police officer who has killed a person, which just isn't true. It just isn't true. If you have the testimony, if you have the evidence, you can convict a police officer in this country. He was talking as if it were 40 years ago. People were weeping in the streets when this verdict came in, as if it were not a done deal, as if it wasn't the Derek Chauvin who was the guy under pressure. It's amazing how completely the press, working together with the left, has sold this narrative that this is a racist country. I lived out of this country for most of the 90s. This is the least racist country on the face of the planet.
You would think that former Vice President Joe Biden would acknowledge the fact that America is not a backwards racist country, as he stood next to the first black man to be elected as president of the United States 2 times, right? This is a majority white country, 60% white country. It would not have happened. Barack Obama would have never been president had it not been for the fact that America has moved on from race, but they don't want us to move on from race anymore, and that's exactly where we're getting at.
That's all they've got.
And I want to get to this tweet because I was so physically nauseated by it. It was from the mayor of Minnesota. He says, ready, George Floyd came to Minneapolis to better his life, but ultimately his life will have bettered our city. The jury joined in a shared conviction that has animated Minneapolis for the last 11 months. They refused to look away and affirmed he should still be here today. Brandon, Minneapolis to better his life. When you want to better your life, how much fentanyl do you take?
For those that don't know the Brandon she's talking about, because these are the panelists in this screenshot up here, this still image. This is Brandon Tatum, okay, as the good brother Kid Gravity and my good brother Torian Rain call him Tatum Tots, okay? Another despicable punk bitch, and I'm going to call Brandon Tatum a bitch, because that's what he is. I want you to listen to her sitting up here just amen and all this, because see, I got a needle I'm on thread, but I want y'all to hear this, right? I'm going to let it continue.
Simon says, I don't know how much fentanyl he's taking to write a tweet like this. If you want to better your life, I think you would start by not using drugs and trying to buy stuff with fake money and resisting arrest from police officers. I don't know what world we live in. Right. Why are these people so lame?
They're just lying.
They're just making up stuff to stoke hatred and vitriol in our country. That guy was a thug. That guy was a criminal. That guy was using drugs. He's not an example of anybody. He don't represent me as a black man.
And I hate that. I want to point that out. I hate when people say to me, how do you not see yourself in George Floyd? How do you not see your brother, your cousin? I don't know. My brother and my cousins aren't ingesting fentanyl, resisting. Why would I see myself in George Floyd? What person goes, I really see myself in this drug addict and this person that's been arrested and faced jail stints 9 times. Why am I forced to see myself because, we have a similar melanin complexion?
It tells you what they think of you, though.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they feel that's representative.
Well, and his name is now forever synonymous with justice, according to our Speaker of the House. How little must they think of the American people to have that as the hallmark of everything we should be looking towards to better our life and the end goal of where we should achieve things?
Yeah, what happened to the lady that he had at gunpoint, that they did a home invasion? Where's that justice? What happened to the people, who he probably was selling drugs to? What happened to his family? He's in another city. His family don't live there. Mm-hmm. How is this man the spokesperson of justice?
Yeah.
How is the movement today synonymous with justice when you look at what Martin Luther King did. They didn't beat people up, kill people, burn buildings, loot Louis Vuitton. They weren't doing those things.
Justice has gotten a makeover since the time of Martin Luther King. I'll tell you that for sure. And it's really despicable to see the way they are mischaracterizing him. I don't care what you think about him, whether you think that Derek Chauvin should have been guilty. The idea that this man should be hailed as a hero should be sickening to every single American.
All right, family, you heard it, right? Oh, you heard old Candace and crew just going off. Oh, Candace, boy, you heard it. So let me go ahead and deal with a couple of things here. Yeah. Go ahead and deal with this. First of all, Candace, let me start here. All of you remember January 6th, and you remember who Ashley Babbitt was, huh? Yeah, Babbitt the silly rabbit. Yeah, I'm going to go there. Did white society, even though she was in the middle of committing an insurrection and the brother that defended the Capitol, okay, the hero, doing his job, had to open fire one time after giving her a warning and the rest of them to turn around. Do you see anybody in white America saying, well, she was committing a crime, she deserved it? No. You see the exact opposite. Even though this woman was in the middle of a mob committing an insurrection, because that's what it was, all of white America, you'd be hard-pressed to find any white person that said, yeah, she deserved it. Good job to that black cop that defended the nation. Nope. So, again, she's on trial. Family, you gonna let what you heard back into our community? Brandon Tatum and then see, then they broke the other cardinal no. You don't sit up with a group of black people, white people, demeaning or demonizing other black folks, because they're not going to sit up there with you and talk about other white people. They're not going to do that, even if they dead the rights guilty. Look, let me tell you something. If I was invited on a public platform, and I'm going to tell you how cold I am with it, and they wanted me to critique this bag of dog shit I'm talking about over here on this platform tonight, Candace Owens, I wouldn't sit up and talk about Candace Owens with a group of white people. I wouldn't. Nope. Because they're not going to sit up there and critique nobody in their community with me. Not going to do it. As much as I despise her, nope. I would tell them, listen, that's an in-house issue. That's an in-house issue. I'm not going to talk about no other black person on your platform until I'm like, show me where you going to sit up and go to a black platform. Come over here in New Black Media Space and we're going to talk about some people in your community. They're not going to do it. You couldn't pay them to do it, which goes back to something I said at the beginning of the broadcast. Your reputation is not worth one dime in this world. And a system of white supremacy, they know that would be the ultimate off code. You will find very few white people that's willing to sit up on a black platform and talk about even the lowest of the low of their people. If you start trying to do it, they'll start trying to defend things because they know what it is. Yeah, I got to go there, but see, no. This is what they tell us we're supposed to let back in our community, but I ain't done yet. No, because see, I done told y'all, I got to play it one more time. Y'all need to understand.
No more games.
We ain't playing no more games. Pinhead and told y'all. We ain't playing no more games over here. We ain't playing no more games tonight. I'm not done with it though, family. Because see, I want y'all to hear the rest of what she's got to say here. Oh yeah, because see, they saying that she's supposed to we supposed to let her back in the community. If you thought what you heard so far was bad, take a good look at this image on your screen here. Yeah, everybody recognize this little pudgy, dope-built bastard right here. Huh? Killer Kyle Rittenhouse himself. Oh, yeah, see? I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to let Candace and Killer Kyle talk. And you tell me if you think we're supposed to let this bag of dog shit back in our community.
Welcome back. Unless you have been living under a rock, you know that the nation is divided over the handling of the Kyle Rittenhouse case. For today's Counterpoint, I'm breaking down why he is innocent and how the media and FBI have allowed a teenager to suffer horribly to feed the BLM lie. First, let's take a look at what some of those media members said about Kyle Rittenhouse.
Rittenhouse is basically what you would have had in a school shooter. He's a 17-year-old kid. He shouldn't have had a gun. He crossed state lines to supposedly protect property. No, he was going out to shoot people.
Kyle Rittenhouse, the 17-year-old vigilante.
Kyle Rittenhouse, a vigilante.
Kyle Rittenhouse, the armed teenage vigilante.
A 17-year-old vigilante, arguably a domestic terrorist, picked up a rifle, drove to a different state to shoot people.
Kyle Rittenhouse, a guy who's deeply racist, went with weapons to a Black Lives Matter protest looking to get in trouble. He did. He murdered a couple of people.
Rittenhouse, the 17-year-old kid, just running around, shooting and killing protesters.
You see the 17-year-old who was radicalized by Trumpism, took his AR-15 to Kenosha and became a killer.
Wow, wow, wow. I'll jump right into this. Counterpoint number one. They refer to Kyle Rittenhouse as a racist and a white supremacist, and that is really irking me. In fact, they repeated this lie, absent any burden of proof, because who needs proof when your job as a member of the corporate media is to brainwash the masses? We know how brainwashing works, right? They just keep repeating a lie over and over and over again. This narrative of an angry, racist, white supremacist became so real for some people that when I defended Kyle Rittenhouse on my Twitter feed, people actually came back to me and accused me of being anti-black. I was called a race traitor for taking the side of a white teenager. Yep, these people were so deluded by the mainstream media that they were shocked, literally shocked, to learn that Kyle Rittenhouse shot and killed 2 white people. So counterpoint number one is a real easy one for you guys. You ready? White supremacists don't kill white people. This case literally has nothing to.
All right, now I got to interject because, see, let me get on this jackass. First of all, Candace, there's plenty of documented cases where white supremacists kill white people. See, the thing about this degenerate tether right here, the tether class, they all think they're so damn smart. They come over here with this cookie cutter cupcake notion of what they think anti-black racism and white supremacy is. And they'll make asinine statements like that. Candace, if you actually studied Black American history, you would understand that during the Civil Rights Movement, and we can take it further than that. Who do you think John Brown was? Oh, white supremacists killed him. White supremacists killed any of the freedom riders that were white that tried to help black folks. So no, Candace, history proves your dumb ass wrong, okay? And furthermore, let's go ahead and get on the point that we made several times, and I'm just making it for point of reference of this broadcast for educational purposes. Kyle Rittenhouse, yes, he is an anti-black racist and a white supremacist. Yes, you are, because you were on footage talking about how you wish you could shoot black protesters. For the stupid and a lot of the coons in our community, that, man, he killed white folks, man. He was looking to kill black people. He said it himself. Oh, but see, you wouldn't know that because the judge didn't want to allow any of that evidence into the courtroom. You know, the $1 million worth of whiteness, shout out to our good brother Tariq Nasheed for that term. The $1 million worth of whiteness that he had that allowed the judge in his case to act as his de facto defense attorney. Huh? Couldn't call the people that he killed victims. And yes, I understand that the white people he killed, yes, they were pedophiles. Again, it goes back to the situation with George Floyd. Just because somebody had a prior criminal history doesn't mean that they deserve to be murdered. Okay? Now, they keep claiming, oh, it was self-defense. It was self-defense. They was all coming after him. They was coming after you because you was up there antagonizing people with that damn weapon. Now, was that a smart thing to do, to run up on somebody with an automatic weapon? Hell no, but that's white folks. They do silly shit all the time. The point that black folks are making, though, yeah, he killed his own community, but he wanted to kill black folks. Didn't nobody get caught slipping like that, trying to ambush people, running around talking about you need some medical help. And see, that's another thing, too. You know, I covered this many times, and it's still up on the archives of my channel. During the uprisings of 2020, I kept warning people about this one term. And if y'all never heard this before, I want you to do your research on it. You can even look on this channel to get brought up to speed. I've done many broadcasts on it. You need to understand one of the tactics of white supremacy called accelerationism. I'm going to say it again. Accelerationism. Basically, this is what white supremacists think, that, according to them, to kick off RHOA, they want to come out and help inflame racial tensions, okay? So if it's a protest or it's a riot going on there, like, yeah, help the niggas so we can kick this thing off and then start killing all of them. That's what white supremacist accelerationism is. They are anti-government, okay? So they're not coming out there holding signs protesting because they believe in justice. Hell no. And you saw a lot of the brothers over there in California, they ran their ass off the block because they knew what time it was. But see, again, like I've always said on this channel, forewarned is forearmed. You can't defend against something unless you have proper intel on what it actually is. So do your homework on that, whether you do your own research or catch the broadcast on my channel that I've covered about white supremacist accelerationism. Every white person that's out there running around with a sign ain't out there because they believe in justice. Because see, after they finish marching around with you, when it's time for them to produce justice in the courtroom, they'll be in that courtroom siding with the white supremacists that killed a black person. Yeah, they don't mind marching around with a sign at you, but they're not going to produce no justice. The greater majority of them are not. Very few of them will go in the courtroom and actually produce the same justice that they was holding up a sign for, okay? But see, you ain't heard nothing yet. This jackass is actually finna talk to Rittenhouse. I want y'all to listen to this now, because see, this is what these people are telling us that we need to let back in our community.
Do with black people. Now, for counterpoint number 2, I want to take a look at some of the responses from famous people and athletes. And of course, you know, LeBron James had to jump right in. Watching the trial, he laughed at Kyle Rittenhouse, who broke down in tears, and he tweeted, "What tears? I didn't see one. Man, knock it off. That boy ate some lemon heads before walking into court, laughing at this trial." And actually, of course, there were real tears. And I want to say this as counterpoint number 2. It's really a question. Has this man, LeBron James, in any circumstance ever been on the right side of any issue? The man who swears that black people are oppressed, who happens to live in a gated $100 million home in Bel Air. The man who swears that white people are the oppressors, who chooses every day to live in various all-white neighborhoods all around the United States. The man who...
Let me pause this and make this point, because see, before she babbles on any further, family, let me tell you something. Whether it's a man or woman, a wench of Craftington, as I call them, or a buck of Beddington, okay, either one. When you hear a black person going out their way to defend a white person like this, you really think this is something that you can redeem? See, let me ask you a question. It's rhetorical in a sense, but I got to throw it out here. When the last time you ever heard a white person just defending a black person like that when they've been accused of something? Huh? Well, I have never seen it in my lifetime. Not on public television. I hadn't seen it in person either. Going out that way, going this hard in the paint. I want you to listen to how hard she's going to defend them. That basically, you don't have to say nothing. I'll talk for you. Boy, disgusting pit of white supremacy, and they want to let this back in our community. Man, listen, let me let this continue.
Sells to black Americans. We are suffering because of the residual effects of slavery, who, as a sponsor for Nike, personally works to keep the child slave industry alive in China. Yeah, he's the sort of wealthy that doesn't even touch his own door handles or ever fly anyway but private. But please believe that he is suffering, because he is, from stupidity. Now, I hate stereotypes, but if ever there was a definition provided for a dumb athlete, LeBron James is it. All might, no brains, drafted straight from high school. But credit where credit is due. If there's any person who knows a thing or two about fake tears and acting, it's you, LeBron. Watching you drop to the ground in fake injuries every time a gust of wind passes you by in the court has really become an American pastime. We'll get back to the show in a moment, but first, I need to talk to you about where you are buying your meat. Since 2015, over 100,000 independent farms and ranches in the U.S. have shut down.
I'm going to skip past this commercial that she's talking about here, because see, she just going in on LeBron. First of all, let me go ahead and say something before I skip past this bullshit that she's talking about on this commercial. Candace, let me read your rights for a second. I'm not putting the cape on for LeBron, but I'm going to make a point. Compared to his wife, Savannah James, you ain't worth 2 dead damn flies. Savannah James is married to a successful black man. Savannah James conducts herself like a woman. Savannah James would be quicker to get the support of our community over your self-hating ass. Savannah James has you beat in the attractiveness factor. Yes, I'm going there. Bottom line, bitch, you don't compare to that man's wife, so you really shouldn't be speaking on her husband, because the truth of the matter is, no matter how much criticism you have for LeBron, bitch, you couldn't get a LeBron. Yeah, I'm going there. Let's let it continue.
Life. That's right. Get 10 free bistro fillets That's a $100 value. Even in a case that dealt with a teenager who, by the way, could not have possibly supported Trump because he was below the legal age to vote. I think the Rittenhouse case represents the first time the media attempted to ruin the life of a 17-year-old kid who, by all accounts, served his community and never had trouble, all the while supporting, by the way, a literal pedophile and domestic abuser. Yeah, did you know that? The media is defending, in this case, the two people that were killed, a literal pedophile and a domestic abuser. They were willing to do that to satisfy their anti-white election time narrative. So I'll wrap this up by making a simple wish. I think Kyle Rittenhouse will be rightfully found not guilty. And then my wish is for Kyle Rittenhouse's legal team to dedicate the rest of their time for the rest of his life going after every journalist, politician, basketball player, platform, network, and individual who smeared him as a white supremacist terrorist. I hope he sues you all into oblivion for the rest of your miserable public lives.
I'm so glad you said that, Candace, because I'm going to tell you who I hope starts to sue your ass. All the families of these people that you made these disparaging statements about. Breonna Taylor's family need to drop. See, this is why I got to get on the black legal class. We need our black attorneys to be quick to go and say, hey, oh, you the family of Breonna Taylor? This bitch up here slandering your dead loved one? Come on, let's go get that bag. We got something for you. Same with George Floyd's family. So I hope the people that you talking about sue your little dry edge having ass. Yeah. Man, this helper's edge is so dry that you could strike a damn match on the side of that bitch head and spark flames. Oh, man, whoa, Flintstone edge having piece of shit you. Yeah, I'm glad she said something about suing. And good brother Black Voltron, let me tell you something, brother. I got to tell you, she can play basketball. As long as it's juggling some white balls in her mouth, she can do that. Oh, yeah, she's a pro at it. That she'll be the permanent MVP as long as there's some damn white balls involved. So, hey, listen, let me tell you something, man. She will win the slam dunk contest as long as there's some little pink rat testicles for her to play with over there that belong to Zaddy. But I digress. I'm going to let it continue, ladies and gentlemen.
Thanks for joining me on this segment of Candace. As you know, the has begun a legal battle with the federal government over Biden administration's vaccine and testing mandate for large employers. That's why more than ever, we need your support. To watch or listen to the full show, become a member at dailywire.com/subscribe and be sure to use code DO NOT COMPLY for 25% off your new membership.
So there you have it, family. You heard him, man. Just going in. Oh, boy, just being de facto defense attorney for Kyle Rittenhouse, Rittenhouse, whatever you want to call him. I told you. I'm going to use her own words to condemn her. And again, these people are saying that we supposed to let this back in our community. She belongs to this on the screen. I'm not going to quit saying it because it does matter. And let me be fair and clear with this because, see, I'm one of the content creators that will call it down the middle, whether it's a wench of Craftington like Candace Owens or a Buck of Beddington like a Daniel Cameron. When them people, and this is going to hurt a lot of folks, and let me be clear, if there are biracial people that are classified as black in my chat room, got nothing but love and respect for you. You can't help how you're born. So this is not a shot against any biracial person or ethnically mixed person in my chat room. Okay. This is not. I have to say this point according to people like the Candace Owens and the Daniel Cameron. So I want to make that clear who I'm talking about. I love you, brothers and sisters, just the same. Okay. But to those like Daniel Cameron and Candace Owens that go over there and marry them folks, it does matter who you marry. Let me go here. I got to go here. It would be one thing if you found a white person, white man, or white woman that, okay, you actually genuinely fell in love with. This is a decent person. They're not a white supremacist, anti-black racist. Y'all gonna have some challenges, but hey, I can understand that. Now, I don't support it. I don't advocate it, but I can understand that. It's another when you go seeking those that are anti-black racists, whether they're white men or white women, and then you go tie the knot with them. See, let me tell you something. Whoever you land in that bed with, that does matter. That person is going to influence how you think, especially if you're a woman, because I got to go here. You're not going to see no situation where no white man is worth a damn is going to allow no black woman to take the lead over him. She's going to conform to his mindset. Hence, Candace right here. And let me get on Daniel Cameron, because I'm going to use him as the representative for the anti-black bed books, okay? In his situation, bootlicking maggot that he is, They only gonna use him but so far. Because even a black man that's a coon of our lineage, they don't trust him like that because at the end of the day, he's still a male. They'll put the women in positions over us because they're like, okay, hey, we can just bribe you with a couple things, let you rub elbows, get you a zaddy, you good. Okay? That's how they think. I'm telling you how them folks see it. But I have the same amount of vitriol for the Daniel cameras as well. These people can't be allowed to come back over here. Oh, there's so many other names that I could name that's tied to them folks. You know what? I almost said something about a particular individual, but he doesn't fit into this broadcast, so I ain't gonna say it. I'll just mention it this way. There's a certain presidential candidate that's laid up with an alabastress, and every time he turn around, he calling them folks brothers and sisters and worrying about putting the cape on for that conflict overseas that everybody keep trying to get black folk to take a side on. I'll just leave it there. You can't trust that. When you get to laying up in bed with them folks, I have to question your judgment, man. I've said it before. Love who you want to love, but you can't lead in the community because out of millions of us, whether it's here in America or you can go abroad and choose somebody, you couldn't find one black person to love on? Yeah, I got it, yeah. So for me, that's where I'm at with it. I'm sorry if that offends some people, but I'm talking about when it comes to decision making and important positions of leadership. We can't have people that don't really love us in them positions, male or female. I'm sorry. Somebody got to say it like that. Because other groups don't do it. See, watch this. Let me go here. Because I realize what I said is going to step on some people's toes and rub them the wrong way. Okay? Somebody in the chat room, somebody steal Kevin Trees. You got it, brother. You said it. You said it. Hey, I see y'all. I told you I have a very intelligent audience. But I digress. Y'all picked up on it. Hey, what's understood don't need to be explained. Let me go here with that statement I just made, though. I'm going to further quantify what I said. I know it's incendiary. I get it. But we got to tell the truth over here. How many people in this chat room, because I don't know any, and I don't think it's ever happened, but how many people think that a Japanese man, okay, or woman, but we just going to use the man because the men in their society, that's who will have the better chance of reaching the heights of what I'm talking about. How many people think that a Japanese man in Japan could run for the presidency and have a black wife, a Hispanic wife, okay, a East Indian wife? I'm talking about he got a wife that's not Asian in no way, shape, or form or fashion, okay? Let's be specific. She's not Japanese. You really think them people gonna be quick to put him up there and be like, yeah, this the person we get? Look, whether you like it or not, they're gonna be looking at it like, okay, bruh. You love Japan so much, but why you don't have a Japanese wife? Come on, man. We got to talk this talk over here tonight. Come on now. So somebody tell me if I'm lying about what I just said. Come on, man. You can use any country. I just picked a homogenous society like Japan. Same thing for China. Think about it. Do you think that Xi Jinping would be the president of China right now if he had some hot chocolate on his arm? Be like, yeah, boy. I'm going to be your president. Let me introduce you to my wife. And then, boy, he comes strolling out there. Heaven forbid me for saying this. I'm going to make some people mad, but I got to say it. He comes strolling out there to say he got his game up some kind of way, and he pulled Angela Bassett. I ain't going to lie to you now. I'll be pissed off. Boy, you can't have my Angela. That's right. I said it. She mine. She just don't know it yet, y'all. She just don't know it yet. She mine. Man, can you imagine that? Xi Jinping? Yeah, boy, this is my first lady, and Miss Angela Bassett. Oh, hell no. Man, I will bust up in the White House and be like, listen, man, move over. This is serious business. Listen, man, I'll enlist again. I'm like, we got to go to war over this, bro. She got to come back home. You can't do this, Angela. No, I refuse to accept it. I'm telling you, man. Hey, man, y'all laughing, but I'm serious, boy. If he pulled her, no, man. Listen, man. Angela Bassett is the standard, okay? She's the standard. My point is this, though. He would not be able to get to that point because his people would be looking and be like, hey, man, why you didn't choose one of us? Look, we want our nation to represent us. The leadership of our nation is supposed to look like the majority of our people. I ain't got no problem with that. They're right. So back to this situation here, we got all these people that want to dip and dab all over the mayonnaise and everywhere, and then you want to hop up and try to lead? No, sit your ass down. You can contribute. You can have ideas, but you cannot lead. I'm sorry. That's just what it is, man. No, because your mindset is compromised. Unfortunately, that's just what it is. But I'm not done yet, because see, they told us we supposed to let her back in the community, right? Oh yeah, I told you, we this is the trial of Candace Owens here. We gonna run through this trial here tonight, because see, yeah. Did I just put this on the screen, family? See, I told you when I put you on trial over here, when you are put on trial in the Black Ocean, I'm gonna be thorough with it. I have evidence. Exhibit 1,000 of her cooning here. 1,000, whatever number you want to put on it. Yeah. Does anybody recognize who these folks are on the screen up here? Looks familiar, don't it? Look familiar, don't it? Ladies and gentlemen, this is none other than Candace herself, snuggled up under to a lot of his little tater tot fan club, as I call them, tater tots. Andrew Tate, okay, little old biracial Andrew Tate. Anti-black biracial Andrew Tate and his anti-black brother, okay, and amongst many other things, and other little white supremacists over there. Just snuggled all in between them. Boy, anytime she with them folk, boy, all 32 of them damn teeth be flashing in that head, boy. If she smile any harder, she gonna cut her damn head off. Yeah, that's who she with. So people are telling us we supposed to let her back in here? Okay, cool. Got something I want to remind you all of for anybody that's talking about let her back in here. Because see, we're not talking about past and present. We got to look at the whole of these things. You talking about we supposed to let her back? I want y'all to listen to old Tater Tot himself right here, and I want you to listen to this. I need to remind you some things. Let me let this play.
Black people do commit more crime than white people. So if you're a police officer and you have more experience with black individuals who committed crime, are you more likely to think a black person is guilty of said crime as opposed to if you go and arrest a Chinese man? Let's cut the bullshit. Of course, you're not going to be trigger happy on some Chinese bitch. They don't do nothing to you. So the cops don't roll up on a group of Chinese people and think, let's spray. They don't think that. They think, whoa, Chinese food, I'm hungry. This whole movement makes black people more aggressive police because it makes black people hate the police, which makes them more likely to tell the police to fuck you and less likely to comply. And then everything gets worse, doesn't it? The only way you can truly fix this problem and mend broken America is to solve the crime that plagues low-income areas where the people of color live. Instead, what are people doing? Looting. Like, does this help? No, it doesn't help. Cops always come at me hard, man. I didn't do nothing. Cops always fucking screaming at me on the ground. Cops always trying to arrest me. So now the black people are perfectly justified to dislike the police. Because the black people now identify a pattern on how cops treat them. And this is why it's spiraling out of control, and this is why it's never going to get better, because no one is going to sit there and actually say what I've just said, because you're risking being deemed a racist for just saying the truth about human pattern.
Kanye West, I put the white.
All right, so I had to remind you that this is who they saying we supposed to let back in here, and she's sitting there all snuggled up under tater tots. Then you see how he really feel about black people. See, oh boy. The Tater Tot fan club don't like when I play that right there because see, his little degenerate, biracial, confused ass, and I'm calling him what he is. I know his father was a black man and a chess champion, but see, Dr. John Henry Clark spoke on this. You heard me reference this many times. Go listen to the speech for yourself. I even have it on this channel. I've covered it many times. The role of the bastard in world history. Now, during that speech that he gave, he spoke about, and this is why, as foundational Black American freedmen, we often have to be very critical about these people with these dual lineages and dual allegiances. Andrew Tate's mother is white. His father was a black man. He's deceased, world-class grandmaster chess champion, his father was. But you hear how his mindset is towards black people because he was raised with his mother. And when Candace was going on about Barack Obama, same situation, raised with your white mother. Therefore, you think like them folks and they can weaponize you against us. That's who we supposed to let back into the community, though. But I'm not done yet. I want y'all to listen here because, see, for me, this is what matters most. When the young black people recognize these snakes like Candace and that Sambo Kanye West, yes, I know he has a condition. Can't help that. You have that condition, but you are a threat to our community also. I don't cut his bitch ass no pass neither. This is what I like to hear right here, though. I want to remind y'all of this. I'm going to let this play.
Matter t-shirt on first. You did. You did by intentionally ignoring what Black Lives Matter would actually mean if it was applied.
And it's people like this that are exactly the reason why I say what I say in the way that I say it. I'm about to ether your shit. Now rewind. Let's run this shit back point by point.
It wasn't Kanye West that put the White Lives Matter t-shirt on first. You did. You did by intentionally ignoring what Black Lives Matter would actually mean if it was applied.
The simultaneous gall and irony of somebody who's on a network that is literally funded by fossil fuel billionaires to push a conservative worldview telling us that we deliberately ignore what BLM would mean is fucking crazy to me. 2, the simultaneous gall and irony of you telling the Black community, look what you made me do, when both you and Kanye West are incredibly wealthy and could be educated on these topics if you gave a fuck, is crazy to me. 3, the fact that you don't fucking realize that you saying Black people are ignoring the issues in the community, thus you had to put on the White Lives Matter shirt, is implicitly suggesting that White Lives Matter is antithetical to Black Lives Matter, is fucking crazy to me. Meaning the whole shit about ALM and, oh, don't forget about white people because we go through shit too, was literally just all bullshit according to your logic. Don't you have some media training? How did y'all watch that footage back and not realize that you just contradicted the fuck out of yourself? And 4, we'll get to the discussion about what Black Lives Matter would actually mean in a minute after I let you get up real quick.
It would mean taking a look at the real problem that is happening, which is our culture, a celebration of perversity pitched to us as if it's diversity. It's not. It is not diversity that we are celebrating. It is perversity.
You said the same thing twice, and both times it meant less than nothing. 1, where does culture come from, Candace? Tell me where. If you're trying to make the argument that Black people are just genetically predisposed to have a bad culture, please do, and you'll get blown the fuck out of the water. But if I'm going to be charitable to you and assume you're not making that argument, you have to acknowledge that culture comes from environment. And I wonder if there's a connection between the environment in which Black people in America were placed in and the outcomes in their culture and socioeconomic status. See, the difference with me is I don't just say shit, I back it up. Here's a study on racism and the effects of the mental health of Black people, reviewing the evidence that points to a myriad of ways that racism can have a negative impact on Black people. Oh, but it gets worse for you. Let's run back what you just showed in your video.
It would mean taking a look at the real problem that is happening, which is our culture.
Please tell me how the fuck a BLM protest is the real problem happening in the Black community. And then you showed Cardi B as if to say that hip hop and the culture around that is the actual problem in the Black community. I'm about to show you fundamentally why that's fucking stupid. This goes for anyone out there who believes this too. Here's a study on gang violence in LA, significantly linking proportion of employment and per capita income to gang-related activity. Or we at socioeconomic status as a fundamental cause of street criminality. And the studies can keep coming because this is not up for fucking debate. The very basis of some of these rap songs that you guys love to talk about are coming from the environment in which Black people were placed in and their socioeconomic status. Rap in itself did not stem from the happy-go-lucky circumstances of Black people in America. So telling rappers to shut up about their experiences still does not fix the fucking system. And before you say Black fatherlessness, take a gander at where they're going. Blaming an outcome for the wrong of a system is as stupid as blaming dishes for not being washed properly and not the dishwasher. And this deliberately shitty line of argumentation you love to engage in stems from the tendency of racist people to view Black people as more violent and their culture as problematic. So let me make something abundantly clear. You do not care about these issues. If you did, I'm looking forward to your peer-reviewed response to the evidence. If not, keep tap dancing.
Yes, sir. That's what I'm talking about. See, let me say something. Those of us that are old in new Black media, this is what we do this for, because see, somebody said in the chat room here, salute to the young brother Jay William. I think that's his name, Jay William J. That's his TikTok page. Let me tell you something. If you got a young Black man or woman sounding like that, be proud, because see, that's what it sounds like when a young person is on a social media platform like TikTok and isn't just using it to dance and goof off and pay attention to stupidity. That is what it looks and sounds like when a young Black mind wields intelligence as a sword and a shield. That's what they don't want to mass produce. That's why they're trying to ban TikTok for 2 reasons. One, because of what I just showed you here. And the other reason, some of their own that are not white supremacists are coming out spilling the beans about their history. Now, yes, let me acknowledge that some of them are only doing that because they can get paid off of it, the white folks. They say, oh, I can make a bag off of this. But some of them are actually genuine and want to get it off their chest. And see, let me tell you what the main threat is. Don't you believe that bullshit about they worried about China? Oh, no. Because if that was the case, I've shown you on my Patreon several things that they should want to get rid of, that China has control of. They was really worried about China infiltrating things. Let me tell you what they fear. And listen up, because a lot of people have probably never put it to you in this context. What they fear is a young brother like a Jay William, okay, that you just heard, linking up with his white counterpart, and they start sharing the truth about history and putting that out there to educate other young people. That's the reason why they want to ban TikTok. But let me say something to you, degenerates that's worried about banning TikTok instead of you trying to change these damn squatter laws so that we not invaded by these damn illegal aliens. You play with them young folks with that TikTok if you want to and take it away. Go ahead and do it. You go ahead and sign that bill. I hope you do. That'll be a blessing in disguise because number one, you're not going to hide the truth. The truth is going to have its day, okay? You can burn all the books no matter what you want. Look, let me tell you something. See, this holds true for every generation of young person. I don't care whether you was a young person, a silent generation, a baby boomer, Gen Xer, millennial, Gen Z, on down. Whenever you try to hide something from young people that they want to find out about, they'll go out their way to find out about that thing, good, bad, right, wrong, or indifferent. Come on now. We've all been young people at one point in our lives. For those of us that are older here, salute. And so, in fact, the business, let me take the time to do this to especially Gen Z. I want y'all to understand that those of us that are older, especially Gen Xers, we salute you, man. Salute to all of y'all, man. I'm talking to all of you that have black children in this chat room. Salute to y'all. We love y'all. We see what you're going through out here. We're going to stand by you, those of us that are on code. You stand up with your chest poked out and your head held out high because you are existing, surviving, and some of them are thriving in the most economically strenuous time we have ever seen. If nobody else gets on a microphone on the platform and give you your flowers, I'm going to do it. I respect the hell out of them young people, man. And I'll do nothing but try to help them in whatever way I can because, man, there's been no generation of young person in America that has to face these economic prices they're facing. So if you out here getting it out the mud off your own talent, especially if you're not sitting out like the Glorrillas and the Suki Hans and the Blueface and the rest of them, and you actually a credit to your people, nothing but respect for you. I'll always respect y'all. So I just want you to know that, hey, there are those of us that are older than you. We ain't gonna do nothing but back your plays and respect you because you are the future of our people, okay? But that's the reason why they want to ban TikTok. So like you see here, old Candace in denial. A lot of y'all heard, oh, Ben Shapiro didn't have the power to fire me. Oh, I quit on my own. Yeah, that's what they all say. Omarosa said a similar, just a bullshit statement. See, this is the problem with those like her, particularly the arrogant coon winches, okay? Well, y'all know I got a million names from the coon winches like Candace. They actually fall so far into that little delusion with the little dry Flintstone edges, okay? Strike a match. I'm trying to tell you, boy. Man, listen, they need to have fire hazard legislation about this heifer. She needs to be wearing a helmet because if this bitch walk up and strike against something the wrong way, she'll burn something down, man. But listen, I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna leave it alone. My point is this. They fall so far into that damn delusion that they actually think they're little dark-skinned white people. You're not, Candace. You'll never be a white woman. I don't care how many white men you get up under and marry. You're not going to be one of them. And you finna find out real quick just how much white women hate your ass. Because notice, you're not coming back over here to us. Brothers like and sisters like myself, we're going to make sure you don't get your ass back over here. You go over there with them folks and you want to defend them murdering us, get your ass back over there. You belong to them. They're not going to defend you because, see, have you noticed where her good white buddies at to come to the rescue? Ben Shapiro, you was wrong for that. Huh? Where your people at over there, Candace? All this ass you've been kissing all this time, where your good white buddies to not only defend you, Candace, let me go ahead and really get down to the brass tacks of this. Can I be honest, family? Can I go in? Can I go in with the truth? Candace, where are the major television networks saying, you know what, that Ben Shapiro did you wrong? Come on over here to Fox News. We got a job for you. Where's Breitbart to hire you, Candace? Huh? Where's Newsmax? Is Bill O'Reilly beating down your door to hire you anytime? Come on now, let's go here. Well, where you get white buddies at? See, bitch, you by yourself. You by yourself. You and your male counterparts. We not playing with y'all. This is a brand new age here. See, whether it's the Democrats or the Republicans and white supremacist America, I'm putting you on notice too. What you finna have to deal with is on code Gen X, on code millennials, and on code Gen Z. We not playing no games with y'all, man. When that wake up call hit, we drawing a permanent line in the sand of Black America. Don't you bring your ass back over here to us. You belong to them. That's where you gonna stay. That's my position on it, family. I'm not done though, because see, I want y'all to get some wisdom here, okay? I want y'all to get some wisdom. Salute to the good brother James for the PayPal. Thank you very much for that, my brother. I appreciate it. I want to drop some wisdom on you, and I'm not going to even interrupt this commentary when I let this play, okay? Because see, this is a lesson that's going to be critical in this time, okay? And see, one of the things that's going to be ammunition for us going forward is the wise words of our grandmaster teachers that are still with us, okay? I've learned so much in my lifetime from the elders in my family and elders outside of my family. You sit in, I digest that, you take notes on it, reflect it, and if you apply their wisdom and knowledge in your life, you will find that it's not only a benefit to you, it's a benefit to those around you. So I want y'all to digest what I got to play here for you next.
Well, right about now, I'm thinking about the years between now and 2030, which from a lot of some reading that I've been doing and some information that has come to my attention, was supposed to be valid, is that it's going to be greatly volatile between here in December of 2022 and the year 2030, right on through that area. What's going to be volatile? Well, a lot of things are going to be happening rapidly, and a lot of changes, ups and downs, all kinds of turmoil here and there as usual, plus added turmoil in places that you don't expect, plus the climate changes, all kinds of changes in technology, significant breakthroughs, things that are going to take many people, or a great number of people by surprise, that's going to alter how people behave with the things that are going to be produced in communications and et cetera. All types of breakthroughs in food, et cetera, changes in the housing situation for people, which already we see that and have seen it from the years past right up until now, meaning black people might have to move a lot more than they thought that they'd ever have to, because people are on the move, people coming across borders, and this is rearranging a lot of things that people are not used to. So be ready to pack up everything and move almost at any time and do it in a hurry. And these are the things I've been thinking about. And also make as many contacts as you can. The code book calls it care units. Try to have some type of networking going on with both white and non-white people, and people that you usually don't get along with during this, what we call holiday season. But sometime between now and January, try to patch things up as best you possibly can, because you're probably going to need people that you thought you didn't need. And you're going to need to make contacts that you usually, maybe even with people that you haven't contacted in years. Make these contacts if you think it will be constructive to do so. People you had a little falling out with, or you just kind of drifted apart. I mean, contact them. And also start making consolidated plans that even involve other people, most likely, because you just can't do everything by yourself, because you're going to have to be doing a whole lot of things in the future just to keep up, sometimes running out of breath. And that's what I see coming. So I'm saying cut back on the number of things you have to carry around, the number of things that you have to move in case you have to move. Cut back on all this, even though they say, all the Black Fridays and Super Sale Mondays and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Cut back on all of that, because you're going to have to move that stuff. You're going to have to find a place to put all that stuff if you have if you have acquired enough through wild spending and whatnot, parcel some of that out and try to do it in the most constructive manner. Get rid of baggage, for sure. Extra baggage of any kind. And try to learn as much as you can. while you're going along, because you're going to need as much knowledge as you can, even if you're working around white people who are hostile to you. Try to get along, be kind to them, and hope that they be kind to you. And even if they're not, if they have what you need, stop this job hopping, because you never can tell when that's going to be stable enough to sustain you. You got hundreds and thousands of people coming across borders now who are going to be willing to take any kind of job. And so they'll be given the jobs to do that might include you or somebody that is close to you, and that'll disrupt everything that you thought you had planned. And don't blame the people who are taking the jobs. That's not where the problem is. The white supremacists decide who's going to work where. And so people are coming across borders, and people are going to be coming across borders for the next 10 years all over the world. Borders are going to start evaporating because people are going to have to be on the move, if no more than on account of climate changes, which I believe have some substantial credibility. That's what's on my mind this morning.
Salute to the good brother Keith B for the cash app. Thank you very much. Now, family, let me tell you something. I played that towards the end of tonight's broadcast for a reason, because, see, it often amazes me how many times that I sit down, whether I'm reading literature or listening to audio about elders and grandmaster teachers speak, those that are ancestors, those that are still with us here, like Mr. Neely Fuller Jr. And I ask you this question: how much of what the elders said there, we hadn't already seen that start to come to pass? You just think about what you just heard. That's why I didn't speak while he was speaking. Because, see, let me tell you something. There are certain individuals that speak, both black men and black women, that when they're talking, I am silent. A lot of you credit me with the knowledge that I have on certain things. I got there from standing on the shoulders of giants and learning from men and women far wiser than I. So when they're speaking, I'm not talking. I'm taking notes, and I'm sharing that information with all of you because I have found it useful in my own life. Because I've said it before, we've got some serious decisions that we're going to have to make here. You heard the elders speak about the evaporation of borders, what we're witnessing right now in America. You heard him mention about making valid and useful contacts, moving in the most efficient and constructive manner for your own survival, which is why I did the broadcast I did tonight about, listen, with the decisions we got to make, those that we cannot trust, like a Candace Owens, and the times that we are seeing right now. That was 2022 that the elders spoke those words. Here we are in 2024. Look at all of that has come to pass in those few 5 minutes where he was addressing us. And people want us to let a Candace Owens back in the community. I'm going to tell you right now, everybody listen to this, you'll make up your own mind, but I will not be the fool to do that. I won't. To take into account and heed the words of the Grandmaster Teacher, Neely Fuller, there on a great number of things, okay? So, family, I think I've covered everything from pillar to post that needs to be covered here in the trial of Candace Owens and other subjects here tonight. I hope I was able to do it justice and present information in a way that you all found it useful, regardless of the jokes that I cracked. And yes, listen, I'm going to tell you, I'm a sailor, former sailor. I'm going to have a potty mouth. I'm going to call things the way it need to be called at times, okay? I don't always do it, but sometimes you got to say things the way they need to be said. So I hope that you all will digest this broadcast. I hope that if you're in the Maryland area, I hope none of you lost any loved ones in the collapse of that bridge. I have some thoughts on that. Hey, a lot of people have spoke on that, but yeah, there's some things that need to be mentioned about that. So be on the lookout for an upcoming broadcast about the Diddler. Okay, shout out to Philip Scott again. I think that's hilarious. The Diddler. Oh man, the Diddler, boy, because he is definitely a villain. I'm gonna cover something else on that because see, and it's gonna be the last time that I cover it. But there's a lesson that I'm gonna have to drill home because, as I told my good brother Black Voltron on the Twitter thread where I made the tweet, I'm not concerned about the older, ignorant people that are willfully ignorant. I'm concerned about the younger, naive black men and women that may not understand the lesson that I'm going to teach on that upcoming broadcast. Because see, the diddler, he got himself in that situation. Yes, we understand white supremacy and all of that, but what have I always told you all on this channel? There's a difference between a mistake and a bad decision. Bad decision is a series of thoughts that leads to a choice. So yeah, I'm gonna cover that lesson one last time, and hopefully it'll reach the people that it was meant to reach. So with that said, blessing to all of you and your families. I hope all of you are safe. I hope all of you are well. Do whatever is necessary to empower and protect your family and your community. And with that said, salute to everybody, Black first, and I will see you all in future content.
This is the 50th anniversary of hip-hop, and we still have a lot of discrepancies as far as the origins of hip-hop, a lot of claims, who did what, who was the first this, who was the this and that, and such. But at the end of the day, we need a definitive story, all right? And that story can only be told by the founders of this culture.
Like everything was being driven and influenced by young, Black, American culture, like the slang, the style of dress, the initial music that we chose.
You look at all the boroughs, you got, Money Making Manhattan and Money Earning Mount Vernon and Crooklyn. The Bronx was the boogie down Bronx. We was partying up there.
I am Coke LaRock, the first MC of hip hop. First cat to pick the mic up.
I introduced rapping to the turntable because when I came with it, nobody in the world was doing it. I'm right after Rudy Ray Moore.
They want to come in the mix. They want to say, we started. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. What came to be known as hip hop was solely an African-American creation.
What would you get out of some Jamaican toast? What is that? I've never heard of a rapper use a Jamaican toast or a Jamaican fleur as a rhyme. I'd never heard of it, and I don't know where that myth came from.
My name is legendary King Trixie from the Bronx, DX from the West Side. I am the first breakdancer.
That narrative that hip-hop has had 3 founding fathers, that's been rolling for the last almost 30 years, which isn't true. You don't have just 3 people who created hip-hop. Hip-hop was created by a number of different people.
I am the grandfather, the godfather of the graffiti culture. I am the first element of hip-hop.
The roots of hip-hop being Jamaican, absolutely false.
My name is MC Sha-Rock. I am a founding member of the MC/rap culture.
Cassette tapes was the internet of our time. It just traveled around by hand.
Well, I know for a fact that the B-Boy stand started from the guards, the 5%ers that would be at the jams back in the days who were acting as security.
If they get the real truth of how it all was created, then so many lies would not be able to be in existence.